You make me worry sometimes. Hello. Hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, 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 yo. Whoa. I can't sing this song yet. Whoa. Whoa. Let's spam it out. Whoa. Something like that, right? Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I was supposed to finish the Honkai Star Rail story today. But as it turns out, it wasn't particularly long. Either that or I like sped ran through it. No, I think it wasn't particularly long. Even in the moments where it kind of like stretched a little bit, I finished it pretty quickly. Even after having spent like an hour or so pulling for Himeko right here, for Himeko Nova. But we did it. We finished the story really, really quick. And here we are in the Astral Express once again. I've just been listening to the to the new song, which by the way, it's already in the phonograph. It's called Beyond the Station, which I didn't notice this while I was playing the game because I was too busy kicking Asad Parmat, or trying to kick Asad Parmat's ass, because that was a tough fight. It is sung by Mika Kobayashi, who famously also sang one song for Honkai Impact, a very famous song for Honkai Impact. She sang Honkai World Diva, which is more associated with Mei. Very much so associated with Mei. It's a historical Hoyo song too. If you don't know, Honkai World Diva was originally, I believe, a Vocaloid song because they made it using Miku. And then I believe it was used in GGC like that, or even before. No, I think it might have been GGC. I think it might have been GGC that used it with Miku. And then later, by the time they made Honkai Impact, they made a new version of it using, and they hired Mika Kobayashi to sing it. I think she's also been in a bunch of other things. Getting tackled by a golden retriever? Wait, no, don't. Have you tried to tell him to stop? Welcome on in, Ms. Darrow. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, hello. How are you doing other than being tackled by a golden retriever? Which, by the way, if I do say so myself, one of the better things to be tackled by. Golden retrievers are adorable. I don't know about you, but I really do like me some golden retrievers. They're cute. Probably not my favorite type of dog, not gonna lie. I have a soft spot for beagles, not gonna lie. But I do like some big friendly dogs. I'm on the side that likes smaller dogs, not ones that can, like, you know, jump and reach my height. Just no brain cells, just sending my smaller dogs flying. Oh no, well that's bad. That's a problem with big dogs. They usually can't, like, you know, control themselves. But I hope you can control them at least. You can survive. By the way, the hydrate redeeming now is going to be more realistic than ever because I'm actually hydrating. I'm drinking a lot of water now because the weather decided to be fucking hot again. Technically speaking, we're still in the middle of winter, but it is like 30 degrees today. How's it going? How's it going exactly right now? Like 30 something degrees? 29, 30, 31. Yeah, tomorrow we got rain in theory, and then after that it's gonna like freshen up a little bit again, but it won't be super cold again, which I don't mind it being not that cold. I do mind the wild swings in temperature. That I do mind. Let me check once again that I'm live on YouTube in case fucking YouTube decides to... Yeah, no, we're alive. We're good. We're good. Thank God. I'm not making that mistake again. Beagles are loud. My neighbors, she screams at 6 a.m. when the owner has to leave for work. Oh, no. It seems as if everybody has every breed has like their own pros and cons, I'd say, right? But I do like beagles. They look cute. If not beagles, dachshunds, or wiener dogs, as they're more colloquially known. My dog, the one that I used to have, Courage, he was like a mix of supposedly he was a mix of husky and wiener dog and dachshund. But I think I've gone through this. I've shown a picture of it. He didn't look anything like a husky. If anything, I think he looked more like a small gold. What was the name? German Shepherd. He looked like a small version of a German Shepherd. I believe the wiener dog mix, but not the husky. No. Spanish are major picky eaters. Really? Well, damn. And again, I had my dog when I was very young, so I didn't really like go through any of the issues to raise him, quote unquote, because it didn't have to. Most I did was like sit down with him, play sometimes, and feed him, and put dog food in his tray whenever he needed to be fed. That's most of what I did. Let's walk around with the Evanesia team, because why not? Why not? I don't really have any plans specifically for today other than just like yap and walk around. So yay, because like I've done everything. We can begin the event. What's up with the event? I think the event has like some kind of connection to the story here. Let's see. Because it takes place in Penacony and I have to meet with Aventurine. Is he in Honkai, correct?
What do you think people did before ladders?
That, Jimmy, is an Eric Andre quote. Don't you think you can slide that one past me? I think people just stacked rocks until Thomas Ladder came in and said, look at this, fuckers. Hi, Cags. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you. But yeah, Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail, not Honkai Impact. Please refer to it as Star Rail, because to me this is Star Rail. It is not Honkai Impact. So when you say Honkai, I think of Honkai Impact. No, but yes, Honkai Star Rail and ZZZ are having a collab, and I'm already thinking of what the fuck to do for that. Because like, here's the thing: I've already bounced around the idea of coming back to ZZZ, right? I've already done that, but I know for a fact I'm gonna burn out if I try to keep up with it in the daily. Like, and do all of the events and like log in every day and grind all of that over there. I simply do not have the energy to do that. However, if it's really just go back to like eventually to go and do the story every now and then, I'm absolutely down to do that. Like, think about my streaming schedule. I stream Genshin and Star Rail like once every few weeks or something, at least. Whenever there's like a new story thing happening, right? That gives me like some kind of content that's pretty recent and it's pretty on time. But I don't really have anything in between there. I try to like pad it out with or not pad it out. I try to fill it out with other games like Deltarune, for example. If it's coming out, I did get Densh Attack recently, so I was thinking maybe we play that as well, which seems like a fun game. But on my mind, I'm also trying to, grow. I've been talking about growth for so many fucking times. Happy affiliate anniversary? Wait, isn't it my affiliate anniversary? Really? I actually didn't know that. Thank you. I wasn't aware that was the anniversary. Wait, that means that oh yeah, I guess so, huh? I hit affiliate shortly after the Rauda raid last year. Was that last year? Holy shit, I forgot about this. I forgot about this. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was 2024. Jesus Christ, time is just completely passing me by. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. But yeah, damn, been that long. But yeah, it feels like I've been talking about growth since then. And I feel like I have not taken advantage of the opportunities that I've been given. But in the upset of that, there is something that I've been doing this whole time and I haven't been fully capitalizing on, which is to say I play gacha games, but I do not make gacha game content. And that's not to say just, streaming the game and then all of that. No. I mean putting myself out there as a person that plays gacha games. Because I realize that most of what I stream, even when I'm not playing other games, is gacha games. Specifically Honkai Star Rail and Genshin. So why in the living hell have I not been doing content for either
Dad,
of those?
Please don't start having dementia. I don't want to be left alone with Jimmy.
What the hell? It's not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be getting dementia, Jenny. No. Don't worry about that. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Isn't that right, Jimmy?
Electro, Diglett,
Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, PG, Seeking, Jolteon, Dragonite, Ghastly, Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Butterfree. Yes, I know. You really like to quote that song for some reason. No, don't worry. My thoughts are as lucid as they can be. No, but something has been happening recently that's made me realize that, hey, I should just stop trying to do everything and try to focus on doing one thing as much as I can, which is to say, I want to be making some content regarding gacha games, which is the thing that I stream the most. Now, I do understand that maybe that'll alienate some viewers, because not everybody that watches me, I think, is into gacha games or comes into to watch those types of games and all of that. And I think the reason is because I never really cater to anyone in particular, right? So therefore, if I start making gacha game content, it's likelier that gacha people are going to show up, right? If my gacha content can reach other gacha players and I start doing a lot of other gacha related stuff, even especially in games with smaller communities like Honkai Impact, then all of a sudden my audience is starting to make sense. I'm not saying that y'all are not, important or anything like that. Everyone that does show up, I appreciate it. But I do recognize that there's a good amount of people that show up when I'm not doing gacha games. Friend of mine got sick of viewers from suddenly playing ZZZ. I did notice that ZZZ tends to be... I noticed this on Nor, for example. Nor, I don't pay too much attention to Nor's viewership, but I did notice that Nor's viewership does tend to go up a little bit whenever I see them playing ZZZ. And I don't know if that means that ZZZ is like a better game for viewers or anything like that. No. I think that means that the smaller the gacha community, the likelier it is that you will catch the attention of those people. And between the three big Hoyo games, being Star Rail, Genshin, and ZZZ is the smallest one. Like, it doesn't... I'm not even being facetious or anything like that. We can go to like one type of we can go to one site that gives you at least an idea as to what kind of numbers these games are pulling. Please do not take this as a whoops, why did I go there? Please do not take this as a sign of popularity or anything like that. But why can't I full screen? For some reason this doesn't work anymore. All right, never mind then. Where is the full screen? Okay, here. Look at this. I point you to this little website called Gacha Revenue. This little website called Gacha Revenue, which is a site that pulls a lot of data from Sensor Tower And these are only estimates, and they should be used as general trend indicators, not as definitive revenue figures, because the only figures that we got are mobile revenue. So it's only the amount of money that these games are pulling from the specifically CN and in mobile. So it gives you a good idea as to the level of popularity and how many people are playing these games, because these games won't give, the companies won't give, player base estimates. This is the animations and references of memes. I think it's always been popular, and this kind of this list here shows it, because Genshin and Star Rail are always the two biggest Hoyo games. They're almost always in the top 10. I don't think Genshin has ever gone out of the top 10 ever since it released, and Star Rail might be in a similar position. These two are single-handedly the biggest Hoyo gacha games, which means that competition for content in this field, theoretically speaking, is a bit more complicated, is a bit more tight, because there's a lot of people playing them, and so it makes sense. I do think I would bring in a different angle, because I try to tackle these games mostly from a story perspective and mostly from a casual perspective, not so much as the lore Bible that are channels like HONKAI or MMA or Arnold Murder of Birds, not like that necessarily. But I tackle it from like a casual viewer perspective, and I do think that audiences kind of gravitate to that as well, just to see other people experience the same games that they've loved as much as I do. So this is cool. Wuthering Waves always up there as well. Interesting that it got a little bit over over Genshin this time. Must have been a popular character release or something like that. They always seem to like trade places. They're always around there. And Love in Deep Space. That's a whole other thing. I'm not going to comment on that because I don't understand much of that game. But the whole point of me showing this is that Zenless Zone Zero is still fucking 18 and has stayed in the 18th spot between the past few months, between May and June. This game has been popular, but like, let's face it, it is simply not as popular as Genshin and Star Rail. That being said, it is also not as popular as the other gacha game that I play, which should be around here. I think a little under 50, if I recall correctly. Or where did I found it? Well, here's Tears of Themis, which is the other Hoyo gacha, which is a great point of comparison that I'd like to pull. Honkai Impact Third here. Honkai Impact Third went down 11 spots, but that's only in this spot, and honestly, it didn't really change that much in terms of how much it made. I believe Tears of Themis also went down 13 spots, so they were in the previous rotation, in the previous like month they were here. It wouldn't surprise me if Punishing Gray Raven went 27 spots up, and Punishing Gray Raven is a game that has a similar reach to Honkai Impact. And Honkai Impact at the moment is going through a phase of, there's a certain amount of doom posting that happens with this game because of people, being, I don't know, disillusioned by it, and not because I don't understand their complaints. I do think they have a point to a degree, but a lot of people call for, or thinking that Honkai Impact 3 is going to EOS soon or end of service, and I simply don't think that is the case. It's still making money. It's just downsized, and so I think a lot of people saw that, and the more passionate fans maybe think that they've been abandoned, and I don't think that's been the case. I just think there's been restructuring and things have changed. Games that are far less successful than Honkai Impact are still around, and games that have even smaller player bases are still around. Case in point, Tears of Themis. Tears of Themis probably has an even smaller community to Honkai Impact, and they're both still, and it's still around, both global and in CN. And same as Honkai Impact 3 here. I highly doubt they will just kill it off just because it just has a smaller team. Chinese members, because I heard they tend to spend more. Yes, that is true as well. I think the CN, just look at like the breakdown of Genshin, and you'll see that CN alone here has 6 million, whereas in others, well, not necessarily actually. Oh wait, no, actually not necessarily. They're pretty. Yeah, in the case of Genshin, it's pretty close. What does it say about Love in Deep Space? This is in CN, which goes this is like 27,000 according to all sources, and then in global, not even close. Well, not close, but like it's not even close actually. It's 7 versus 17 million. Oh god, it's not even close. Holy shit. Yeah, no, they lost a good chunk. They lost a good chunk, but as you can see, most of it they lost it on the West here on global, because I think the Valco drama that happened was mostly a Western thing. So I think that makes sense. But I'm not here to pry. And besides, again, these are all estimates. But when even the estimates show these like downward trends, you can tell that there's something going on. You can tell that something happened. So these estimates, I think, are a good way to like tell the state, quote unquote, of a gacha game and like how popular it is. The fact that Honkai Impact, even for example, in the case of Honkai Impact, I think the fact that Honkai Impact even shows up in this list is a good sign, because this only goes up to like 189, and these are the service ended type of games. Look, service ended because they made 8,000. Yeah, no shit. No shit, these games are dying, huh? Black Beacon maintenance. What is maintenance in this case? See, the way that some people talk about Honkai Impact literally feels as if they're talking about a game that is making this much money. And I simply don't see how that is the case. I simply don't understand. I simply do not understand. One Punch Man, Road to Hero 2.0. It's still in here. This game has existed for as long as I've known One Punch Man, pretty much, and it's still around. This is what confuses me about people. It's like, why are they so insistent on saying EOS, and then you see the numbers, it's like it's making good money. Well, not maybe it's not making Genshin money, and it'll never make Genshin money, but like, what the fuck is the problem with that? People talk about what the fuck? That goes even further than what I know. All I knew about the Valko situation was that they had a guy ready for release. They publicized him a whole lot, and then the CN fan base didn't like him because he was too Western or something like that, and a bunch of other things. And then because as it shows here, CN is the biggest source of revenue for them. They bowed and listened to what the CN fan base wanted, and they cut down the motherfucker. And then the Western, the global fan base is crying out, and then the CN fan base, I suppose, is happy. Therefore, it'll still be doing that much more money. For them, it was a win, I guess. Yeah, the whole big mess that I simply do not know enough to fully comment on it. Yeah. His background and his appearance. Yeah, exactly. It's a complicated situation that I don't know. I am not knowledgeable about the situation enough to comment on it, so I won't really like get too much into it. But I do think it's insane to cut down an entire character just because a loud minority of your player base just got upset. I surely don't think they would have lost that much money if they had gone through with it. But oh well. Being too muscular is gain. I think it was dark in skin color. I don't know, man. I don't know. Love in Deep Space as a game fascinates me because I simply do not understand it. I see the kind of stuff that they make in that game, and I'm like, okay, well, cool that the people that like that kind of content have a game like that, I guess. It's not even close to Tanskin. No, he really isn't. He really wasn't. I think he was a werewolf or something, wasn't he? Yeah, I don't fully know the extent of the complaints of the CM player base. Anyway, I was bringing all of that up with the revenue and all of that to give you an insight as to the kind of player base that these games have. Okay, for example, let's do another test, because this is again related to my content. Let's go to Twitch. Here, let me go to Twitch real quick, and let's go, for example, Beep, 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 beep. Look, this is what I mean when I say that Honkai Impact Third. At first, it doesn't seem like it's that popular of a game because, for example, when it comes to like Twitch tracker, when it comes to Twitch people, at the moment, Honkai Impact Third has 13 viewers, and I know that people browse the category, but like you go to the stream and it's that this is the kind of stream that we're looking. Write my thesis process. Feel free to chat. Thanks for lurking. Like, this isn't real content. If anybody wants to like go out and look at Honkai Impact content, they won't see this. If they look up Honkai Impact content on YouTube, they won't see any Honkai Impact content on YouTube because I don't know, it just simply doesn't exist almost. The kind of Honkai Impact that Honkai Impact content that exists, let's like fucking, I don't know, look up for gameplay. Honkai Impact stage, this is Moga 8 months ago. Worth in 2025. This was 3 years ago. Is it worth 8 months ago? Basic tips 5 months ago. That's pretty nice. Do you, Egnerd, make Honkai Impact content at this point in time? Not really. You've been doing a lot of this, and you haven't posted a video since 2 months ago. Well, then. Well, there you go. See, this is the thing. This is like the... Honkai Impact for 7 days. What is this? Okay, this I guess a year ago. Still a year ago. Even more so a year ago. Pero que juegazo, compa. This was 5 years ago. The game for the creators of Genshin Impact. And this seems mean-spirited because this is a this is a screenshot of an early chapter of Honkai Impact. Silverwing gameplay. Yeah, no, there simply isn't a lot of Honkai Impact content on YouTube. Like, the most you will maybe find is Wyverain. And Wyverain, what he does is that this is a, Nightglow cover. This is nice. I don't know who Justin's mic is, but that is nice. And then Homolabs. Homolabs is like the one Honkai Impact creator that I know of. And he's like one of the more realistic, I guess. He's still kind of, I guess, I wouldn't say that he's over Honkai Impact, but he does kind of lean into the clickbaity type of thing sometimes. And 2 months ago, he got 14K views on this. Pretty good. But he was like one of the few people that I saw talking about Honkai Impact in terms of lore. And that is pretty cool. I don't think I can do that, but at the very least, I can kind of do what Nor is doing. I hate to I hate to put Nor on the spot like that, because I know that Nor lurks in here sometimes. So, hey Nor, if you're looking at this, don't. Nor at the moment, most of what they post on their channel is reactions and also playthroughs of full on chapters. So if you look at their channel, most of what you'll see is really stuff related to Honkai or Genshin. You know, reactions to trailers, reactions to special programs, and look at that, playthroughs of the entirety of the quest. And what did I do yesterday? I did exactly that. So why the fuck am I not like lightly editing those videos and putting them as that? If we go to like the oldest content that they did, it's still similar, right? It's still similar. This is a very their channel has been very, very, very consistent. So if I can turn my channel into something like this, then woohoo, I've done it. Well, I haven't done it, but this is something that I should have been doing this whole time. What is this video? A secret tape? I need to look at this. I was not aware of this. This is like the second video that pops up if you look up Norin T. And also, I guess, Fire Emblem, because that's where their name comes from. But yeah, no, there's a spot in there. There's a spot in there for me, in the sense that I want to be making that kind of content, and I'm going to be trying my hardest to make it happen. I've been already kind of like slightly editing the 4.4 storyline, and I'll probably be uploading that in the coming week if I can. But at the same time, I also want to see if I can do something similar in the interest of, making something more interesting for terms of long form content. I was thinking of like grabbing these 4 VODs of my chapter 5 playthrough and turning them into a condensed video, maybe with narration in between to make the whole story flow a little bit more interestingly, and because Undertale Deltarune is like a more less dialogue intensive game, I can condense it a lot because I could mostly just skip the gameplay parts unless there's like a funny moment that I can like pop in there. I don't know, but there's a bunch of that I can make, and I want to make that happen. I can also maybe do maybe a video for that for Undertale Yellow, and maybe eventually when I play Kernel Hearts, I can make a series for Kernel Hearts, or maybe not a series, but like one video or something. But yeah, there's a lot. Whenever, like, next time I play a main story in a gacha game, I'll try my best to re-edit it into a single condensed video that I can post later. Because like I could have done the same with the previous story. I could have done the same with the latest Genshin story. I could have done the same with I don't know. Again, most of what you see here is me playing these fucking games, these fucking gacha games, and then you go at my videos tab and it is none of that. It's mostly music and some highlights, and I don't love that. I don't love that inconsistency. I'm trying to sell myself as a guy that streams a lot of gacha games and yet doesn't make any other content about gacha games. So I want to change that. And that is the whole plan. So having said that, that is what I want to be doing. I don't even know why. Oh, I was here because I wanted to meet with Aventurine. Yeah, but sorry about that little rant. If anything, maybe that explains to you what the plans for this channel are, I guess, and what I plan on be doing. And on the context of ZZZ, ZZZ, it would be a great opportunity actually, because I have when's winter? Like November? I have until November to catch up, quote unquote, to the ZZZ story. If I want to like be if I want to be up to date story wise with it before the collab, because if the collab is like story related, and I don't know, maybe there's like something happening in Star Rail and then also something happening in ZZZ, it could be interesting to like have those perspectives, right? This concept of me playing through the stories and condensing all of that into videos, that can so very easily translate to content, man. First time player reacts to this moment in ZZZ, reacts to this cutscene in ZZZ, or reacts to this patch in ZZZ, or this story in ZZZ. Like there's so much that there's the story of ZZZ, I would imagine, is pretty big. There's so many characters, right? So I'm sure there's a ton of content that I could be doing there, and I would be mostly relating to the story. I don't give a shit about pulling for characters in ZZZ or doing the grinding of doing the gacha or anything like that. No, I will extremely, very much so, only treat it as a story game. But I do know that a lot of people are really, really invested in the story. So, hey, I'ma do that, I think. Which is great, because let's be real, I really enjoyed playing ZZZ, but I don't know if I would enjoy playing ZZZ in the end game. Because I don't know, I have an issue in Honkai Impact. Because in Honkai Impact, I'm the same. Honkai Impact is very similar in gameplay to ZZZ, so I feel like I'm not good in Honkai Impact. I'm not good at Honkai Impact, despite the fact that I keep up with every end game that to the degree that I can. Only time you need to pull for the agents is for trust event. Well, I say that, but I might still like pull for something if I have funds. It could be fun. I don't know. We'll see. Because I last I left off on CCC, I did. Well, let's look at my channel. Actually, let's go back to looking at my channel. Sorry, Aventurine, you're going to have to wait. Miss Arwolf, this is probably before you were around. Not to say that you didn't exist, but I don't remember you being on stream when I used to stream ZZZ, because I streamed ZZZ a good amount, I would say. In fact, what I have to do before I catch up is probably rewatch. If it was an early game, you need the agent for the agent stories that are mentioned in the main story. I don't remember, but I do remember having done a few things for characters that I didn't have. Here, it'll be pretty clear. It'll be pretty clear. Oh, and music. Well, the other thing about music is that I don't know. It wasn't even in this model. I've never played ZZ with this model. I played ZZ with the old model. The music thing is a whole other thing, and I've been thinking of making a new channel for that. But be way less consistent about it. Before I met you, yeah, probably. It was around the same time I was playing Outer Wilds, actually. I remember. Yeah, there you go. This is the last stream I did in ZZZ. I played Soldier 11's story. That was the last thing I did in ZZZ. That wasn't even a year into the game. But I did a good amount of ZZZ streams. I should put them in their own playlist, actually. I did that. I did Jane Doe. Well, I didn't do Jane Doe. I pulled for Jane Doe, and I got her. I really like the Rad Girl, okay? I heard she's getting enhancements. I heard she's getting a buff. I heard she's getting a buff. Jane is hot. Jane Doe is hot. That is. I was down bad for her. The one regret that I have from not having done it back when I played ZZZ is that I stopped playing before I could get Bernice. Sadly, I stopped playing before I could get Bernice. Outside of Jane Doe, the other character that I liked a lot was Bernice, without even having met them in the story. Because I never met Jane Doe in the story, actually, mind you. I didn't even get that far into the main story. Oh, I did like Zhu Yuan as well. Jane Doe, Nekomata, and Rina are getting buffs. I think I did have Rina. I think in the account that I was playing at, I did have Rina. Bernice was too much for me personality-wise, but I liked that. I like that. See, I did a good amount of ZZZ streams. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Sorry, but I did more ZZC streams than I did streams about fucking Hytale, for example, or Osu, and both of those have playlists on my channel. I have 4 videos on the Hytale playlist, as if it matters much, and 4 on the Osu playlist. Ignore that one. That's for something else. That's for another idea I had. That's a private one. Whoops. Okay, you have so much on ZZZ. Well, congrats. I think you're gonna get a chance to do so. Wait, don't look at that. Don't look at yourself. No, you're not allowed to look at that. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think I definitely want to go back into it. I'd have to get a refresher though. Part of what I want to do before I go into it is like rewatch my old streams. Not for what was happening, but more so not for what I did in those streams or for anything, but more so to just remember everything about ZZ, because I don't remember anything about the main story. I'm not gonna lie. I know you play as the Cunning Hares. No, you don't play as that. The Cunning Hares was Billy and Nicole, and Nekomata joined them, but I don't remember the whole context of why she did. Hi, Metal Monster. Thank you for the affiliate anniversary. I appreciate it. I was not aware that was today. But welcome on in. I hope you have a wonderful day. I've just been yapping about my content plans and how I want to go deeper into the gacha rabbit hole for that. But welcome on in. Now we're just running around in Honkai Star Rail as I yap. Wait, so what is this event all about? During a brief respite after defeating Sparksicon. Oh, so that way in the past. Gotcha. At around the 4.0 patch. Yes, after the 4.0 patch. Been a while, friend. I caught all your outstanding exploits in playing Arcadia on the live stream. Of course, that also includes the comical monodrama of that fool. Monodrama? Sight of her groveling on the ground and begging for mercy is truly a rare spectacle. Oh, wait, no. That speaking of monodrama reminds me. One thing that I am behind on ZZZ, not only the game, but I do know the way that Hoyo does marketing, and I do know that there's a fuck ton of trailers and music videos and EPs and whatnot that are out there that because I wasn't keeping up with the game, I didn't watch, and and I know that a lot of them tend to be quote unquote relevant for the characters, and if at the very least, good to watch. But also reaction content, baby. I can watch those. I could watch those on stream, and that could be fun. I could make them on videos, so that's cool. I might ask around in which order I should watch them, or maybe I just go back on ZZZ's YouTube channel or something to like see what they've been posting and stuff like that. Are they dissing Sparksy? I think they are, yes. The monodrama of that fool. The sight of her groveling on the ground and begging for mercy is a rare spectacle. So you're here to make fun of Sparkle? Who wouldn't want to make fun of Sparkle? Sometimes she deserves getting made fun of her. As an opening act, her performance was absolutely brilliant. If I had not been in a meeting at that time, I would have sent even more gifts and cheered for all of you. Oh. Well, you're going to have an elation unit. It doesn't surprise me that you kind of like agree with Sparksy's doings for a bit sometimes, huh? Let's get down to business. Seeing as I went through all the trouble of inviting you here, I have an important favor to ask. I guarantee, even though it involves the Interastral Peace Corporation, when it comes to enjoyment, you'll find just as much as you did with what? Even though it involves preservation, when it comes to elation, you'll find... Okay, well, that's an interesting thing to say. Catch the parasite in the Strategic Investment Department. Wait, could you elaborate? Astropolis, headquarters of Interastral Peace Entertainment. Yes, the headquarters of the IP. Not the IPC, but... has recently been preparing for a major project. This is probably what's going to be relevant in the next patch. A puzzling deficit has turned up in their accounts. This is a common enough occurrence in any organization and is normally ignored, but the deficit this time is a full 1 billion credits. For some, I have more than that, I think. But you don't know that. For some border planets, that's enough to spark a world war or to buy a lifetime keycard at the Reverie Hotel. That's nothing compared to my wealth. Budget I approve with 1.2 billion. It's almost the entire budget. That's why I have to handle this myself. I need a friend outside the IPC system to quietly slip into its database and gather evidence of the embezzlement. As for me, I need to take this call. Oh, wait. What you got? No problem. I'll quickly draft a report and retrieve the missing funds if that person asks. I'm still in Astropolis shooting an advertisement. If you do ZZZ, better start this week so you get familiar with it before 3.2. Oh, it's getting an update. Ah, I do remember that actually. I do remember it being it having a live stream a bit earlier. I'm not catching up before next week, I'll tell you what. So I it's not that, again, I've played it. I'm familiar with the game. I just need to get back to it. I just need to get back to it. There's no way that I'm going to avoid like the spoilers that they throw at me when I open the game. No, there's no way to avoid that, but I'm okay with it. You could get some polychromes and see your luck. Maybe we go back to it next week. Yeah. Maybe we go back to it next week and I see how much I can like do for the rewards and stuff. but maybe, again, remember, I really just want to play ZZZ to get into the meat of the story. I'm not looking into another daily grind gacha because I have enough of those already. But who knows? Maybe I'm able to play a little more if the gachas that I'm playing at, for example, they don't really have a lot of content going on. That could be something that I do. Like I keep up with it semi-regularly as opposed to keeping up with it just regularly. But yeah, we could wait, when is 3.2 exactly? We just focus on the main task. Yeah, that's not a problem. I meant more on the daily grind of like building characters and keeping up with the meta and then doing the what you want to call it, and doing the end game and all that. I don't want to do that. I really don't. 9 days. Okay, so we can start next week. We can start next week so that I will be coming in at like the end of a patch as opposed to the beginning of a patch. That will be kind of crazy. Well, let me see. ZZZ schedule. Sendlist.gg. Is this a good site? I can't tell if this is a good site. Never used it. Okay. We'll get. I know Game 8. If anything, Game 8 at least is decent for like dates and shit. It seems as if the current events end in July 29th, which would be next week, wouldn't it? Actually, no. Right. Right, what? I'm lost. What? No, this is a history. Fucking goddamn it. I'm confused. Well, you can get a free Sokaku. Nice. I think I have her already. I'm gonna get it for you. If you can, I'll appreciate it because I don't know when that is happening. If it's anything like Genshin and Star Rail, the next patch should be at least in 2 weeks. I think 9 to 9 days makes sense. Given that the live stream happened yesterday or the day before that, actually, if I recall correctly. Because I do remember Nor looking at it. So, yeah. It does make sense if it's that. If that person asks, I'm still in Astropolis shooting an advertisement. See, this is in Astropolis shooting an advertisement. If you look at leaks and you look at Aventurine's animations, they're all ads. They're all ads. They're all ads for like Soulglad or whatever the fucking other soda. It's really funny. Hi, Mihai. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're here talking with Aventurine for the event, but I was also yapping about other gacha games and content. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Does you think I can't handle the responsibility that I'm planning to run? If someone places a bet, there's no reason not to follow. Just wait it out and see. Look at that. Typical IPC. Barely anyone is available to help. But the conference rooms are packed with opportunistic people. Can't speak. Trying to learn how to draw stairs. Like in perspective? That is tricky. I'll give you that. I can't help you. I am not an artist. I do have a drawing tablet that I've used a little bit, and I've drawn some like beams here and there, but I never have the consistency to learn how to draw properly. But I wish you good luck with that. I wish you good luck. I have artist friends though. It's so nice to have artist friends because I could just ask for art related help. I asked for art related help recently, and it was pretty nice. Oh, that's another project that I have to like keep working on. Look, I posted this on Twitter. You guys can peek on that too. I keep getting distracted. The stream today is Lance gets distracted. Lance gets distracted. I want to learn how to draw anime girls. Based and Pog. The art related thing that I have going on at the moment is this. I shared this on Twitter. It is a mood board that I'm putting together for something, but I don't want to tell you what that mood board is for and the kind of shit that I am trying to get references from. But I never put together a mood board, so I had to ask like my artist friends, how do they work? What kind of stuff goes in them? And yeah, they were able to help. And I have it looks a little bit different now since the last time I worked on this actually. But this is a very zoomed out picture of a mood board that I'm planning to like set out and I keep. Okay, no, there we go. It's just a mood board that I want to put together that I want to send to an artist for something, something exciting. Yes. But yeah. This is what I mean when I say that I'm like more motivated now. Like a lot of things have been happening recently in a way that has made me realize that shit, I gotta do something, man. I gotta do something, and that's part of it. Well, that isn't part of it. Apparently starts on the 22nd. All right. The 22nd. Wait, that's next week. That is next week. Oh, there's an in-game calendar. Oh, dope. Okay. I see. Event duration 17 to the 28th. Okay. Well, I won't be able to keep up with all of that, I think. I don't think I can keep up with all of that. But it's okay. It's okay. Again, not gonna stress out too much about keeping up with all of the events. That's one of the things that overwhelmed me about ZZZ back when I first played it. Even during launch, it had an overwhelming amount of events that I just, with the at the pace that I played, I simply could not finish all of the events. Or for Rin, no, I pulled for Himeko this patch, and I'm saving up for Robin next patch probably. And also, I don't know anything about. Well, I do know a few things about Fate, but I've never really like gotten into it, so I don't think I'm pulling for any of the collab characters. Though I will say, if I were to be pulling for any of the characters in there, I would be pulling for Rin, because I have Archer, and Rin and Archer make a good team, and they have like their unique attack. So if there was one character that I would pull for in that collab, it would be Rin for sure. But I don't know. I haven't thought about it, honestly. Probably won't. I might pull if I get lucky, but I don't think that'll happen because I really want to get Robin. But I guess it also depends. It also depends on later. In the Asians are in ZZZ collab. Well, if the leaks are to be believed, Robin will be playable in ZZZ. And in Star Rail, apparently Ellen Joe is going to be playable. I don't know. It's what I've heard. And Astra Yao, I don't know. Between those two, I like Astra Yao. Like she's like a character that I looked at in fan art and all of that. And other things, and she's got the same musician vibe that Robin has. And I don't know, I like that. depending on if they do units, I might. I don't know, we'll see. I didn't get Ellen back when I played ZZZ. I think I tried pulling for her, but I didn't get lucky. So, whoops. I did miss out on Ellen. Ellen I do think is fun. But again, it's another character that I didn't really meet in Star Rail. in ZZZ back when I played. So yeah, there's again a lot of stuff to catch up. A lot of content opportunities. I know I'm looking at it from a content perspective, but at the same time, I'm excited. I wouldn't be talking about all of these content ideas if I wasn't excited about the thing in the first place. Because I wouldn't be pushing myself to do content on things that I do not enjoy. And I always enjoyed ZZZ. I only stopped playing it because it was too much. But if I just reframe the way that I experience the game, there you go. Rin and saving again for Silver Wolf 999. Good choices. Good choices. I take it you got Archer then if you're going for Rin. Or even it doesn't matter if you got Archer from the previous collab. You can get another one for free. I forgot about that. That's true. That is true. In that same sense, I probably will be picking up another copy of Archer, even if I don't end up pulling for Rin, because it makes the most sense as well. Have him in Saber as well. Oh, so I take it you're gonna pick Gilgamesh as the free character for Saber because they have the joint attacks. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you're in a good spot. I'm not because I never pulled for Saber. I don't really have any reason to get Gilgamesh unless there's like a cool Gilgamesh team that is only him. I don't know if like people have made interesting Gilgamesh hyper carry teams or something. If they do, I can probably pull for him. Not pull for, I can get him, but I haven't decided yet. I haven't looked it up. Should I add another character for me to pull other than Robin, but I like her better compared to the other supports designs? I think the problem with ZZZ characters and, well, Star Rail characters in ZZZ is that a lot of them kind of, I don't know, break the mold for what ZZZ is used to. Imagine if Finon went to ZZZ. Like, what the fuck does that mean? That guy's a god. He's a planet destroyer. I don't think ZZZ has that. But Robin is like one of the more normal characters and not one of the weird, wackier characters and none of the characters that can like do much in terms of power, I guess. So Robin in ZZZ just makes sense. The only other one that I can think of that would make sense from Star Rail in ZZZ would be someone like, let me think, who you got? Guinafan, Sushang maybe, Jinyuan is too much. Jinyuan is already crossing over the line of being too much for ZZZ. I feel like he's basically an emanator. I don't know what Void Hunters are in ZZZ. I know they exist, and they are basically like the strongest characters in the game. Silverwolf, I would say so, but Silverwolf is also like on the upper end of like powers or power level, if you will. She's also an emanator. But Silverwolf, like aesthetically speaking, does make sense in CCC. Yeah. What happens if I refuse your? Oh, this guy would make sense in ZZZ as well. I feel like, yeah, Aventurine would make a lot of sense in ZZZ. He rarely gets reruns. Well, yeah, that is a. If anything, I think Genuine needs a fucking buff. He never got a buff, didn't he? No, he really didn't. He should get one. There's a lot of very dedicated Genuine players that are getting shafted by every other unit getting a Nova Flare in this game. A certain IPC executive losing an office power struggle, losing absolutely everything, and ended up on the streets. I don't think you're gonna end up on the streets. And will the IPC find out about that? The ultimate agents that destroyed the most powerful ether monsters. Okay. But are there potentially entities beyond that in ZZZ? Do you know of characters that are stronger than Void Hunters potentially? Because like some of the characters in Honkai Star Rail, I feel like are stronger than that. There are only 2 for the same factions. Currently, no. So that's the power ceiling, if you will. Kind of like how in Genshin's power ceiling, lore-wise, has already kind of been broken. Like back in the day, during like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, the power ceiling was the Archons, and then characters like Columbina started popping up, Arlecchino, and those were Arlecchino, Capitano. Those characters starting like really popping up on the story, and the power ceiling started to be like a little crazier. With Nahida specifically saying that the top 4 harbingers have strength to rival the gods, even more so than Archons. So like the power ceiling keeps like getting up, and right now the most powerful playable character that I would say that Genshin has in terms of lore is probably Columbina, because she literally has the Trilunar Authority. So yeah, the only other type of character that could come in and be theoretically stronger than Columbina is a Shade. She is absolutely stronger than some Archons in that sense. Nuvolette is also up there in terms of powers because he's a Dragon Sovereign. A weakened one because he's young, but still a Dragon Sovereign. Only the OG Void Hunters. And one of the OGs is coming in the next manner. Oh, that's Ramiel, the character that people say that is Alicia or Cyrene, and upsets me that people say that. Because look, I will be the first to admit that you could say that Honkai Impact and ZZZ are connected. You could say that I will be the first to admit that I think ZZZ fits perfectly into the Honkai verse, but that doesn't mean that it needs to have connections. Genshin is in the Honkai verse, and the connections between the two are like tenuous at best. I don't know why people try to make the connections between ZZZ and the Honkai verse that much stronger. I don't see it. Like honestly, I don't see it. Just because a character has pink hair, it doesn't mean that they are supposed to be callbacks to Honkai characters. No. Ramiel's current outfit looks too much like lingerie. Yeah, I did see that. And I do know that she has like an animation where like she lays down and like everything jiggles. It's like, wow, that's a lot. But hey, people enjoy that. Or at least some people enjoy that, clearly. All right. Wait, so what is the point of this event then? Someone who can easily breach the IPC's information security. Ah, Silverwolf. Okay, so that's the whole point. We are hacking. We were talking about Silverwolf. Hi, Silverwolf. See, this is a fit that fits in ZZZ, don't you think? A bunch of them pushed me back by rejecting that. Well, yeah, I could see that happen. Sadly, I wouldn't. By the way, I wouldn't. I can call a spade when it happens. Because like, look, you could say that she's wearing basically nothing but lingerie, but that's not. But that, if you like that, that's fine. And if you don't like that, there's not a problem with that. It's a personal thing. But oh well. Don't worry, I will be normal. I will be receptive to those kinds of comments. I'm like a soft gooner. Like I appreciate the sexy aspects of ZZZ, but that doesn't mean that I think that everybody should. And if you don't think so, you're wrong. God damn. Again, there's a lot of nuance in these things that a lot of people miss. And I want to be the one guy that brings the nuance to these discussions. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, the IPC raid. Wait, what do you mean you cleared that? When did that happen? It hurts 90% of the female agents are being dressed that way. True. I could see that. I wish designs like, well, the thing is they are. I was about to say that designs like Kafka and Star Rail are popular because people really, really like Kafka, and she's one of the more modestly dressed Hoyo characters ever, right? And people love that. So I don't know why Hoyo doesn't do it more often. Like, come on now. Have some flavor. Exactly. And it's not like people won't be against it. We'll be against it, right? Like, people have taste. Not everybody needs to be wearing lingerie. But oh well. It is what it is. I do know that Ramiel girl is releasing with 2 different skins, though. Right? Or is it not? Or did I misunderstand it? Ramiel Dunn. ZZZ. What is like her default look? Oh, well, she's already looking like an angel in there. I simply do not know. I simply do not know why people looked at this and thought, oh yeah, no, that's Alicia. That's not even the same shade of pink. Are you fucking kidding me? That's like a more pastel pink. Alicia's pink is like way brighter. And Alicia's whole fit tends to hark back to more to like a wedding, like love aesthetic. This doesn't strike as love to me. It strikes as angelic, yeah, but nothing that. But I don't think angelic is one feature that Alicia has. Like, sure, a little bit maybe, but I don't know. Oh, and this is the other one, the goth one. I like that. I like this one. I like this one more, actually. It's the pretty sissy. Hi, Angel. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love that I said angelic and you showed up. The timing of that. Perfect timing. I do think she's pretty. But I do think that this design is a lot. It's very lingerie coded, and I do think that is okay. I don't mind it, but I can see why some people would have issues with it. Of Dorothy from Nikkei.
Are we becoming a Gooner stream now?
No. Excuse me. Hold on. Look, I've been playing these Hoyo games for a long time. If we were a Gooner stream, you would have noticed by now, okay? I'm pretty realistic when it comes to that, okay? I would say I'm pretty realistic. Wait, let me look at Dorothy from hold on. Dorothy Nikkei. Will this... Oh, wow, I can actually see what you mean. No, I can see what you mean. Yeah, they look pretty similar. Okay, no, I'm looking... because this is Nikkei. Nikkei is far more dangerous. I like that. I spawned, yeah. Welcome on in, Angel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, wait, let me give you a shout out, because Angel is is another one of our lovely Starlight Rebel members that you should go check out for sure. Yeah. Is it your stream? It is. And not a streamer anniversary, but whatchamacallit? Affiliate anniversary, as it came to find out. I wasn't aware of this. I literally just found out today. A bit more modest. Yeah, I'm surprised. I was surprised at looking at that, because she not the kind of Nika character that I would have come to expect, but I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Hi, Pinkish. Welcome on in. Oh, your pink gals. They do like their pink gals. I know. I do know that they like their pink gals. But hey, you would, given that your name is Pinkish Delight, you would like them, right? Exactly. You ain't complaining. Pink is nice. Pal Origami by the Wings. I did see that it came out. I thought about like bringing up the idea of making like a server or something for Starlight Rebel, but I don't know how to make servers, and I got scared. Ramila's over 100-year-old granny in the same way that Sitlali in Genshin is a 100-year-old granny. That's how it is. that is like the Sitlali in Genshin. This girl, she's like 500 years old. This is just something that Hoyo does, okay? And also she is kind of pinkish as well. Her hair is slightly pink, maybe turning into more violet-ish, but I really like Sitlali. And this is also the quote-unquote granny of Genshin, okay? You gotta understand that Hoyo loves doing that trope of quote-unquote old characters that aren't really that. Happy affiliate. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do it all the time. I remember my like streamer anniversary generally. And I remember my whatchamacallit? Yeah, no, I remember my streamer anniversary and my content anniversary actually. Let me look it up. I think I started like the date I posted my first video ever to YouTube was I think August 15th. If I recall correctly, my content creator anniversary ever, like the start is on August 15th, 2008. I started there. But streaming is somewhere in May, I think, technically, but I don't count it. Because it was when I didn't stream consistently. I would say my debut date as a VTuber is my streamer, and my VTuber anniversary is the one that matters to me. But that one is in November. I never remember like the exact date, but I do know when it comes around, and I have things planned for it. I do have a thing planned for my content creator anniversary, though. It's going to be a just chatting stream. It's going to be fun. Playable Madame Ping will be a 20-year-old woman in a dress. True. Well, I don't know about that. Didn't they, wasn't there, hold on, Madame Ping. Young. She has a design. She has a young design. Yeah, no, that's not her. No, that's not her. Or is she? No. Is it? Hold on. Younger. Yeah, no, it is her. Yeah, no, this is her. It is. She does kind of look similar to Columbine. I'll give you that. This is Madame Ping. This is her. And she, if anything, she does seem like she has a long skirt. But then again, if they ever make this version of her playable, which I think they should, I bet your ass they will change it a little bit. Yeah, I forgot about this one back here is Guizhong though. This one sadly is dead. Yeah, she passed. I remember people. Okay, look, you wanna know how around I've been? I remember when this cutscene came out. Wait, no, it wasn't this cutscene. She shows up. This design, we first saw this design and we didn't have a name attributed to this character or not even a connection to Madame Ping in a previous event. And some leaker, I forget who it was, some leaker at the time looked at it and said and tweeted out, "Well, hello, Yelan." Like people called her Yelan for some reason. Before Yelan released in Genshin, they called her Yelan. I don't know. I don't know who that leaker was, but it was one of the funnier leaker moments. Let's see if I can find the one tweet. The one tweet about it, actually. It was very funny to me. It wasn't this cutscene. Yeah. It was this cutscene. Because I think this happened in this one. See, this happened in the previous event. This happened in the previous event, and it was the first time we saw this design ever. And people and one leaker like cropped this image and said, "Hello, Yelan," and it's like, huh? And then people quickly went to check and realized that, wait, that's not Yelan. No, that can't be Yelan. And then they did this. Or like, that can't be Yelan because this is Madame Ping cleansing bell. Ah, you come to borrow the cleansing bell, which is something that Madame Ping talks about. So as soon as people started looking more into it, they were like, no, that's not Yelan. What are you talking about? So yeah, they were right. This is indeed Madame Ping. I do think that they're saving her for something. I do think that in one of the in maybe next year's Lunar Lantern Rite. Maybe next year's Lantern. Actually, not next year's. This year's Lantern Rite. Maybe they release her as a playable character. They always release a Leeway character in Lantern Rite. Last year was what is this? What is this? What I hate this shit. This is on the Tectone subreddit. Fucking hell. This image here fucking confuses me. This is the real Madame Ping, and this is Fuhua from Honkai. Why Fuhua? Why Fuhua, for fuck's sake? God damn it, people. Well, no, I know why. This is old at this point. They used to post this sketch of Fuhua. Not sketch. This picture of Fuhua all the time. To bait people into thinking that it was a new character. God dang it. If anyone resembles Yelan, it's Xingqiu. Yeah, exactly. They're both blue for one. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm sure that at some, I feel like with a design that detailed and a character that is actually around in the story, I feel like they can do it. The same as Cloud Retainer. Like Cloud Retainer was in the game since launch. And they eventually made her playable as what was her name again? Fuck. Why am I forgetting her name? Genshin. Shen Yun. Sorry, there you go, Shen Yun. As Shen Yun. They eventually made her playable as Shen Yun, and we were calling for playable Cloud Retainer since 1.0, and we got that. So I don't see why they wouldn't do the same for Madame Ping. I don't know what her playable name would be, though. I know her Adeptus name is Street Ward Rambler. But I don't know if they'll just release a character and call her Ping. But I do think it's nice. Either way, I don't mind them being playable. In fact, I might pull for her if they do. Because I do love Madame Ping. I do love her. She is quite funny. All right. So will please introduce me this event, and then we can go do something else, actually. Perfect target for hacker practice. Oh, the future memes. Oh, they will do that. They will do that whole lot. The greatest string smith, shush. No, we target Screwlum. Okay, never mind then. Pearl. Okay, shush. Oh, this is just for a tutorial, I guess, huh? Why? All right, sure, why not? for tutorial. Sorry about that. For tutorial purposes. This is what happens when I'm drinking water now. I burp. That was quite something. What is that? Is that a is that emote? What is that emote? I can't tell what it is. It's like a shocked emote type of thing. Played from DVD. Oh, I never played Dead by Daylight. Sorry about that. No wonder I wouldn't recognize it. Is that a character that burps? Because you send it just as I burped. In terms of life challenges, why can the poor bear bear a lot more than the wealthy? Because they're used to it. Their struggles. They barely have anything in the first place. Bear and bear. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. You don't have to explain your jokes. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. Projectile vomit. Oh God, that's even worse though. Sorry, shush. Really have to hack you. Look, it's practice. It's practice. We need to do it for the event. So how does this look like? Initiating hack. Hey there, I'm Prometheus. Oh yeah, this is cute. This is cute, and also Honkai reference. Prometheus is straight up a character in Honkai Impact. She is not a Bronya variant. The game insists that Prometheus is not a Bronya variant, and even more so because in the character selection you can filter by character, so you could see all of the versions of that same character, right? But if you filter all of the Bronya versions, Prometheus does not show up in there because they insist that Prometheus is not a variant of Bronya, despite the fact that she looks exactly like Bronya. Take down this firewall and reduce the probability. Okay, hold on. Here, let me look this up. I'll show you what I mean. Prometheus, Genshin, not Genshin. No, Honkai. This is Prometheus in Honkai Impact. Where are you? Can I get a full picture of it? Can I get a full picture of her that isn't like terrible? Well, that works, I guess. This is a screenshot in game, but it works. This is Prometheus in Honkai Impact, and if you've played Star Rail or anything, you can recognize a Bronya when you see one. The only difference, I guess, you could see between her and the other Bronyas is the red eyes. But in reality, I guess I understand the logic as to why they don't consider her a Bronya variant, because she's not necessarily a real person. She is a sentient AI. She's an AI robot, basically. That you can see the joints down here. She is a robotic being with an AI from a previous civilization. It just so happens that she is voiced by the same voice actress as Bronya and looks exactly like Bronya, but technically speaking, not a variant. Because I guess the characters are too different, and they just happen to be coincidentally look the same. They look the same. Silverwolf is considered a Bronya variant. Yes, very much so. A Bronya variant that is closer maybe to Haxor Bunny in terms of aesthetics, which is another Bronya variant, another popular Bronya variant from Honkai Impact. This is Haxor Bunny, which is another Bronya variant that is a hacker, a rogue hacker. But they're all Bronya variants. Yes, they are all indeed Bronya variants, and this one is quite possibly one of the more popular Bronya variants in Honkai. So it makes a lot of sense for why she's become so popular in Star Rail as well. Yeah, there's a ton of Bronyas. There's a ton of Bronyas. Bronya Rand, the Bellabug one, if anything, is closer to the main character, Bronya, which is Silverwing. Well, right now, the more adult version of Bronya that is playable in Honkai Impact is Silverwing. This is Bronya. This is the Bronya. This is the current Bronya in Honkai Impact. When the game begins, she is younger and so shorter and all of that. I believe her original design should just pop up when you. So this is her Sure of Truth, Bronya. This is one of the latest, one of the last forms of her before the current event in the game. But yeah, and this is like one of her older designs. This is I forget the name of this battle suit. She had mechanical legs. This is the first ever version of Bronya. She had like robotic legs because of experiments that she had gone through as a kid. That Cocolia, if you remember Cocolia from from Bellabog, she put her through these experiments that have like that incapacitated her legs. With her Hersher powers, though, her Hersher powers, which basically make her kind of like a god in terms of in terms of Honkai Impact, she did regain the use of her legs, and so that's why you see her a lot healthier in modern day. This is a skin that she has. It's really cool. I really want to get it, but I don't have it. But yeah, that's a brief introduction to all the Bronyas. But yeah, Prometheus, the one that we were talking about, isn't a Bronya variant, despite the fact that she looks exactly like Bronya and talks like Bronya, and even make allusions to the fact that she looks a lot like Bronya. But because she's an AI and all of that, and inside a robot body, maybe I guess that's why they don't consider her a Bronya per se. So the fact that Silverwolf in Star Rail has an AI assistant that is also called Prometheus is kind of a nod to that. Right. A and D buttons are for moving. Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. Rotate the. I do know what this is. Yeah. This is the Tetris event, but it's not really Tetris. It's more like this version of Tetris, which is an indie game that is really fun, called Tricky Towers. Yeah, this is another one of those. This is another one of those things where Hoyo makes a funny by ripping off an indie game. Whoops. Off it goes. Oh, we lose. Okay. I won't do that then. But I have to maintain balance, don't I? There we go. Okay, fair enough. It's easy. I like Tetris. And I like Tricky Towers. Well, I never played Tricky Towers, but I do know of it. Hold on, give me 1 sec. I gotta close the window real quick. Oh, shit. A lot of noise happening outside. I originally closed it because it was noisy, but I think we can, like, get away with it. But yeah. Give me a mixed drink. I think I've disabled it. Wait, do I have no eyes anymore? Oh my god, I have no eyes anymore. Well, that's funky. My quiet shush is pretty adorable. Well, it's not making terrible jokes. I'm not used to it to not making terrible jokes. Just a sec. Bring it back. Hey, there you go. I'm not gonna read your stupid joke. I'm sorry. Time to hack the IPC. Okay, I'm just a kid. It's a pretty steep jump. We have a legendary weapon. All right then. Recently improved Smart AI Agent Lite. A rookie hacker's trusty helper. Just use it whenever you want to hack the IPC. Got it. So I guess the whole premise of this event is like going into this little guy to hack the IPC. Yeah, Smart AI Agent Prometheus. All right, hack into the IPC database. Cute. All right. I imagine this is not going to be a long event, huh? Control mode here. Clockwise W button. Oh, yeah. Dog went home. Good. Put it on W because that's the controls that I'm used to in Tetris. I imagine things have gotten a little bit more calm then. Assist you in surfing the web. Yeah, that's a bit tricky. There's an ability. Ooh, we can use it to... Oh. Use it to unlock the eliminated ability you just used. Keep stacking it higher. Wait, huh? Do that. Wait, no, that's not gonna... Oh, I see. Okay. That gives me a health thing. Could I do that though? Could you give me a... What the fuck do I do with that? Use the eliminate to... Oh, that removes the previous one. I see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It helped. It fixed itself. It fixed itself. I'm a genius. I'm really good at this game. I'm not. this is particularly not that hard, I'd say. The Poopa can't because she just got sprayed. Oh, with what? Oh no! Eliminate that. Yeah! Alright. So what happens now? A diligent financial specialist. Spade means she got fixed. Wait, spade? No, but oh, castrated. Well, not castrated, because that's what you do to male dogs. I don't know. I think we just use that word for either of them. Well, look, I've never heard the word spade. No, hold on. Like this is not even a joke. I think we might not have a different word for between males and females for that particular procedure. I think we just use the same word for both of them. Neutered for male, spayed for female. Yeah, we just use castrated. Yeah, no, we don't have a distinction as far as I'm aware. Here, let me find out. Or I personally have never heard of it. Spay and neuter. Translate. Wait, no, hold on. Let me go to just Google Translate. Sterilized? No. The fucking no. Let me go to Google Translate for crying out loud. I want to translate some shit. Again, whenever we simply just use castrated to refer to that. Spayed. Esterilizada. So yeah, it would be sterilized is the same as spayed, is what you're saying. All right, and then neutered, castrado. See, okay, so neutered has a feminine and masculine form. It's either castrada or castrado. So we just use that to refer to the procedure for either female or male dogs. I don't think of yeah. Spade Wikipedia. Let me Sterilized means keeping the uterus, spade is the removal and tying of the tubes. We're learning things here. Neutering. Why am I looking this up? No, this has just become a stream of me finding out things. Well, to be fair, this is a stream where I'm not doing anything. Why can't you just let me go to Wikipedia? Is Wikipedia dying? I think Wikipedia might be down, actually. I think Wikipedia might be down. It's not loading a simple... Oh, there it is. I don't want to see that. But, like, what's the word in... Yeah, no. This doesn't exist in... This word simply does not exist in Spanish. Yeah. I have to see that. Oh, I hope you're good, though. Hope your stomach can handle it. I wouldn't want to see that. I saw a small image of it in the Wikipedia article, and I regret having gone there. But it's good. It's good for them, right? They have to do it. So hopefully it's a good thing. Speed boost. The next... Oh, shit, that's not good for me. I'd rather not. I'd rather, like, take my time for that shit. Yeah. Yeah. After boost, the boss unleashes his ability will enter maximum firepower and ability cooldowns will be greatly reduced. User plays too precariously. Make sure to... Okay. I could try, but I think we're fine if we just keep doing this. I think so. That's gonna be... Eliminate. I think I'm gonna have to do this. Oh wow, why am I surviving? I'm surprised at how balanced this is. What the fuck? Oh, I can't rotate it. Well, I can do this and then remove it. And then do this to balance it to the other side. I do this. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. What happens now? Okay, I did it. I survived. Look at that. It was falling right there. Oh my god. Look at that fucking tower I made. Fall fewer than 1 times. Well, I didn't get that. But I don't want to fall. You don't want to fall. I didn't fall. Sprout turns bricks into vines. Oh yeah, you can like freeze it in place. Yeah, the other game has that. Hustler, but I didn't get that. Wait. Oh, that's like a fucking platinum star. Oh, cool. Okay, I see. Well, I ain't going much more than that. This is a fun event. Which is to say, this is a fun game. Go play the original. Like straight up, don't. I don't like when Hoyo does that because I feel like they have the brain power to come up with original games. You know, original mini games, and yet all they do is like copy indie games sometimes. I think they can get away with like copying one of the bigger ones, like Honkai Impact and CCC. I think they did like a Fall Guys type of event, which I think that's fine. Nobody's gonna be offended at that, and Lord knows that Fall Guys is popular enough that people will recognize that Hoyo is kind of just like grabbing a little bit of that for their own mini game. But when you're copying a smaller indie, that feels a little wrong, don't you think? This is the game. It's called Tricky Towers. Literally the exact same gameplay. It is this. They do the exact same thing, and you even have the vine thing. But yeah, alas, it is what it is. Oh wait, how's the 3rd place thing going? England is winning! Holy shit! All right then, 33 minutes and England is winning. Wow, crazy. All right then. I think the time I paused when I was seeing the operation. Oh, that sounds awful. She got pregnant in the end. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Damn. I mean, it's important that people have to go through that in the sense that, well, we need the workers for that, right? Same as for medicine. I'm sure there's like a lot of medicine related surgeries and stuff that probably not pretty to see, but we need people to do that. So take care of your healthcare workers. And that includes vets as well. I mean, come on now. This is a fun event. I'm actually having fun doing this. Wait, what the fuck? If anything, it's just because the game is fun, right? The mini game already is fun. Plants to deal. Oh, I get it. Oh, you use the sprout. And then you tie it here so that it ties all of that. Okay. When we reach the 2nd line to unlock that too. There we go. Okay. Wait, no. Let's be real and let's make a strong base. A strong base. That way I'm not doing the same fucking thing that I did before of making a lousy. Thank you so much for the follow, Hector, by the way. Welcome. Wait, but do I want it? I don't want to do it now. What if I want to use it on something else? All right, do that. It'll tie to more at least. Okay. I can do that. I'm not using that just yet. I'm using that there. And then... Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Use sprout and do that. Yeah, there you go. Let me do that. Making a little stronger of a base. Oh, I did it. That's strong. Never heard of it until then. I would say that this is probably one of the more popular. I've seen a lot of people play Tricky Towers. I mean, maybe if you've been around like the whatchamacallit? The Tetris space for a bit or something. But I do think Tricky Tower is one of the more popular Tetris clones, quote unquote, or like Tetris variations. But yeah, it's fun. It's a cool mechanic. And it's super simple too. It's like it's such a dumb moment when you finally think about it. It's like, wow, nobody ever really thought of doing this, huh? Giving physics to Tetris. Why not? That's a fun thing, huh? That's a fun little gimmick to be thinking about for a game, huh? All right, let me make a strong base once again. Do that. And then do this here. And this here. Once again, balanced. This is pretty balanced, I would say. And we get the sprout. It's ice. Slippery ice bricks can be wrapped in plants to keep them from sliding. How about no? Put you in there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, all of them is ice. Okay, no, we're doing this now because a lot of that shit has been put on me, so. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna have to do this even more now. No, you don't. I'm making a very thin tower. Oh no, I don't have it. Oh, that's gonna fall. Not if I do this now, though. I tightened it. Oh, is that a bad idea? That might have been a bad idea. This might also be a bad idea because it's gonna. Oh no, it's still holding. Ah, I get fucked. I'm decent at this game, I'd say. Total death 0, baby. I'm getting the fucking platinum stars. What does the level do? What if I just finish this entire... After human resources, let's see what we have here. As they're in vacation there, these two seem to be embezzlers. I'd better look up their contact information. I'll just build them into the room. What? You're just gonna bring holograms of them? Yep, you will. Was I just in the shower? Why hasn't my takeout arrived? Oh, okay, so you guys are the ones doing the bad things in the IPC, huh? As if the IPC is also not just doing bad things on their own. You'll never get to sit in this chair. Listen to me. Intimidate them. No. We're being here. I'm just here for one thing. To find out where those Astropolis funds went. Where did the money go? Talk. If you don't, I'll lose my patience and hand you over to the Stellaron Hunters. Yeah. You must have seen my picture, right? Yeah, there you go. Can't you afford to lose time stuttering? I always clock in on the dot. I keep my paid bathroom breaks into half an hour. Just one call and I'll go run right back to the IPC. I don't know anything about the Astropolis funds. You really didn't do anything? All right, then. If anything, I took hundreds of thousands of credits and bought the Cosmic Big Lotto. But was it money that you earned? It was that salesperson who kept telling me I'd get mega rich overnight, even richer than Oswaldo. But I never won anything, so those hundreds of thousands got recycled right back into the IPC's lottery department, which basically means I didn't embezzle anything. Keep fooling your colleagues with those words, but don't try to fool yourself. You seem to know a lot. I can pretty much guess your backstory. Probably someone wants to give me a hard time and coughed up a lot of money. Okay. Who in the IPC can honestly say their hands are clean? True, the IPC, again, does some pretty fucked up shit. You're always bound to find dirt if you dig deep enough. Yep. I embezzled those funds. Director of Venturing approved 100 million and pocketed 70 million. That's not right. He said the budget was like 1.2 billion. Like Disney, exactly. Exactly. The big mega corporations have always done some fucked up shit behind the scenes. Not even behind the scenes. Like look a little further and you will find fucked up shit that companies have done. But in the IPC is like the exaggeration of it, right? That idea taken to its logical extreme, because what the IPC is doing is they're basically buying and just basically taking ownership of entire planets. I used to cook books? What is that supposed to mean? What? That amount of money won't be enough to hire a professional designer. Might as well pocket a larger sum. Use the rest to outsource the job to some paper-folded university students as a grad project or something. Maybe you are right. You embezzle money, but there's bigger fish here. What if I told you that the budget was 1.2 billion? Yep. Looks like your mission is still far from being over. Yep. It seems as if that guy was a bad weed, but there's worse out there. Are you in Astropolis already? Only 100 million reaches the human resources department? Ha, I originally thought I'd cover the shortfall myself if things got annoying, but now I have no plans to do any of that. Keep investigating. I'm counting on you. The good news is my luck's pretty good. The photo shoot's been delayed. Gave us a little bit more time. Only? Yeah, only. Welcome on Inspio, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, we're dealing with a corporation that is like Disney taken to its logical extreme. She said the budget was 1.2 billion. And I think it was even the budget for like one thing that got embezzled in total. The apartment above those two is... Oh, thanks so much for the follow, Mihai. Roughly 6% of the budget of on HR. Yeah, but it was embezzled, so there's some shit going on in here. there's some shenanigans afoot. Let's go take another look with Prometheus. It's likely that they used that they sent that little bit over to HR so they could be a fall guy, you know? Ragtag weeds. Oh, is it like magnets or what is it? Oh, one additional time. Oh, they light up and okay, so they're like better. Got it. You just get shit. All right. Well, fun. What? How many rewards are there? There's 3 departments. I did that in like 1 minute or in like 20 minutes or so. Yeah, it's okay. All right. I'll keep playing this later. There's more interesting things that I want to be going over. I want to go exploring the maps that I haven't explored and like open some chests and all that kind of stuff. I find that more entertaining. I'll get done with the event in due time. No stairs today, so you're just nah. They were drawing. They were practicing drawing straight stairs. Oh, wait. Didn't you say that you could like actually draw like architectural type of shit? Or something? I seem to recall you saying that. If so, you probably know how to draw stairs. But okay. Give me 1 sec though. I want to go to the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. Wait, we need to go to a place that has music actually, because I hate there being nothing but silence here. Less so, I'm a mechanical engineer. Oh, but like, have you drawn like mechanical? Is it because like I know that architects aren't necessarily good at drawing generally, but like they can draw plans really well and those type of things. So maybe you know how to draw stairs. But I don't know. I'm mounting an elevator. I am an engineer. You are? I'm also an engineer, technically. I'm a software engineer, though. I'm like not the cool type of engineer. I mean, not cool, but like not the type of engineer that'll actually like build a building or like make a building or something like that. No. I'm just I will make a program for you. I can do that with enough time. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, though. Where's my BRB screen? All right, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. What the heck happened? What the heck happened? Hey, hello, hi. Wait, did I get raided? Oh, hi. Hey, wait, welcome in, raiders. Oh, well, double raid. Oh, from Selma and the Blaze Wolf. Welcome on in, everybody. Hello. Happy affiliate. Thank you. I was unaware that today was my affiliate anniversary. Yes, hello. Was that why Evil Joler showed up on stream? He just left. I didn't left to shit. I went to take a piss and I got a refill on water. Welcome on in, everybody. How was your stream?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenna Lance's daughter, who spawned from his sudden pregnancy. Thanks for the double raid.
I can acknowledge the daughter part, but I'm not acknowledging the pregnancy. No. We're not canonizing Empreg on here. Welcome on in, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I can't speak. I hope you had a wonderful stream. May Blaze asked Jimmy something. Sure. Good luck with that. Here, let me give you a little shout out. I can do a double shout out though. No. Stop it with the daddy mommy thing. No. Oh my god. Well, how was it? How was your stream? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you need to read and run, I completely understand. But welcome on in. We've just been running around and yapping about all sorts of things. Make me remove your balls again. Yeah, please don't. We've been through this. We don't have to go through it again. Nothing about Mpreg. They're just trying to implant wrong ideas into you because you're new here. Fast Penguin and Surprisingly Peak was there. Really? I don't even know what Fast Penguin is. Is that a game? I suppose Fast Penguin. What the heck is that? Welcome on in. I hope you had a good one. Like straight up peak. Oh. Fast Penguin with all those A's. Oh, okay, I see. Wait, I don't know what this game is. I've never seen this. It looks kind of fun though. Oh, it's like a racing game. Oh, I see. Things are to follow. Blaze Wolf, yeah. It is a racing game, bit like Fall Guys. Ooh, that honestly sounds like a...
Who summoned me?
Who summoned me? Well, it was Spion there for a second, actually. That is like a good concept because like Fall Guys is already technically kind of a racing game, but it's slow. You don't really have, you don't quite have speed in there. It's more like crossing over an obstacle course, but like implementing like speed and actual racing mechanics into it could be fun. Gamer, they cooked. Ooh, nice. At least trying out. I can like send it over on the Starlight Revo thingy for a potential collab. That could be fun. Or I could hit you up because you already know of it. Hey. But yeah, no, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. But if you need to raid and run, again, I completely understand. I'm just gonna be out here yapping and running around and opening some chests and stuff. That's what I've been doing. I was playing Tetris in the new event recently. Well, not Tetris, it's Tricky Towers because it had physics. But yeah, other than that, we've been good. How have you been? I only like gambling games. Well, don't gamble. Don't gamba. Well, actually, no, you can gamba, just responsibly. It's what I suggest always. You're perfect here. Yeah, we play a lot of gambling games, but like we don't gamble a lot. I'm good. Got Himeko. Let's go. I also got Himeko. Where is she? Actually, have I not like I did put the team together, didn't I? Where is it? Where'd you go? There she is. I haven't finished building her though. I haven't finished building her, and I also haven't finished building my wealth. NTE added scratch cards. It got worse. There's scratch cards in NTE. Damn. There she is. Look at her. She's so pretty. She's so good. He keeps gambling. Now, let's not go through this again. I'm getting a deja vu from last stream. Got a question for Jimmy. You can ask your questions. I can bring her. I can bring him up. I can bring him up. Besides the whole. Oh no, the coffee. Himeko, don't drink that. Okay, never mind. You're into it. You know what? Fine, you can do it. You're allowed. Did I finish up leveling up her stuff? Oh wait, I got everything I needed. Actually, I got everything I needed to like finish up the traces that I missed. That much I drew. Instant coffee without stirring. That was the least of my concerns. Did you see the fucking dark ooze that like came out of it, like the dark steam? I'm more worried about whatever the fuck she was putting in it. I doubt it was instant coffee. If it was instant coffee, it would have been good at least, right? Like I was but I get Rin. No, see, look. It turns all dark, and then there's like black sludge coming out of it. Like, what the fuck? I don't think you're drinking coffee at that point. But you know what? She's good. She can drink whatever the fuck she wants. Will Blaze be able to defeat Zelma after all 4 rounds in Fast Penguin? Only beat me 1. Oh, okay. Let's see. Hey, do you think Blaze can defeat Zelma, Jimmy? After all that?
Meep.
But like, can you potentially give a real answer?
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hola. Sí, Jimmy. Quiero saber si Blaze puede derrotar a Selma en el juego este. Please?
I just wanted to say pineapple belongs on pizza.
Now, okay, now you're just bringing in stupid food takes. We're never gonna get a proper answer out of you. Okay, never mind. The bilingual trick didn't work. Well, I hope that helped you. He's being vague about it. He's being vague about it on purpose.
Sheesh.
Yeah, he is being vague about it on purpose. God dang it. The crown stays on me. For now, for lack of a better thing, yeah.
Dad Jimmy is ragabating on Twitter again.
Ragabating? I think you mean rage baiting, but I understand what you mean. I don't think so. I didn't give Jimmy the ability to browse Twitter. And if he is on Twitter, I need to go do some Jimmy, do you have Twitter? Have you been rage baiting people on Twitter?
Newt.
No, don't. Okay, he's diverting again. Don't do that.
Listen, what you need to understand is that I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, no wonder you're rage baiting people on Twitter then. You might actively just be saying stupid shit without the intention to rage bait, and people are taking it as rage bait, but truly you're just that dumb. We need to get you to stop doing that and then. Ragabating. Yeah, there is a Discord, by the way, me hype. It's exclamation mark. Jesus, the Himeko thing scared me. By the way, look at that. Look at that. She gets a mech in this version. That's so fucking sick. There you go. Yeah, that's the thing. Exclamation mark Jesus. Yeah, that's the command to join the server. It's exclamation mark Jesus. But yeah, that was a whole thing. The only problem I have with, it's not a problem that I have with Himeko. The thing with Himeko is that her team kind of, at the moment, her team wants her to have, well, no, it doesn't want her to have, but I want to put Welt in there. Problem is that Welt is a standard character and his E4 is the strongest one, but I don't have it. I'm not mad-mouthing her at all. If anything, I fucking love her. Look, I mean, I assume you've seen. I'm assuming you've seen her animations and stuff, right? Like, I don't know how caught up you are in the story of Star. I don't want to spoil you the story just in case you want to like actually play it. But it is quite peak. I did enjoy it quite a bit. You can gamble until E4. It might be fun, but I don't want to be spending the savings I got. Look, I got a lot of savings, and I prefer them going for characters I actually want to get. Like where is it? I don't even have enough to get the standard thing. I have 55,000 crystals and jades, and I have 124 pulls, and I want to use them on other things. Gotta run. Don't worry. Thank you so much for the raid. I very much appreciate it once again. And I hope you have a great rest of stream. Could you lose 50? Can you lose 50-50 to characters in here? If I pull for like her light cone, you're rich. I have been saving up for quite a bit, yes. I had been saving up for quite a bit. Can you get 5-star characters in here? No. I think if you lose or whatever the 70-50 thingy is in here, you get other light cones. Yeah, no, you get other light cones. So I'd rather not. I'm not one to pull for light cones, but maybe for Himeko it makes sense. I don't know. I don't know how good her light cone is. More Himeko or Evernight? Well, Evernight is a good character, but Evernight is kind of on a different team composition. The way that Honkai Star Rail works is that you kind of like put together teams, and a lot of units are tied to a lot of specific archetypes of teams, you know? Like, for example, if you pull for Evernight, you can't really play... Well, you can play Evernight and Himeko together, but I don't know how strong that is. For Evernight, a good team, for example, will require Cyrene and Hyacinth, which are two different characters, which you might not have. This is my Evernight team. This is the free Trailblazer, so you will get this eventually, even if you don't have her, like, properly. But Himeko is a good... Evernight is a good character on her own. Himeko, on the other hand, is a character that her best team, one of her best teams is this. It uses Dan Hung, Prevents into Rai, which has been free, so you might have gotten him already. Same as Weld. Weld is the standard character, you might have gotten him. These two work really well with her, and the Trailblazer, again, is free. So in your case, it might be smarter to invest more strongly on Himeko herself. In that case, because I don't know if there's any characters worth pulling for. Oh wait, hold on. There's your answer. I was talking about this. There's your answer. Wait, hold on. Where the fuck is the pull? Where the fuck is the wishing screen again? Here it is. Here's Dan Hung. Dan Hung is going to be more useful than Evernight. For example, like if you want to build a good Himeko team, Dan Hung is going to be more useful. If you don't have him, because he was given away for free, but I don't know if you were able to pick him up when he was free. So chances are you missed out, and in which case this is a better pull. This is 100% a better pull because he more so than being a good character, he's a sustain unit, and sustains are really good in this game. You did get that boy for free? Okay, so you have 2 parts of your... or rather 3 parts of a good Himeko team already, because remember Trailblazer, this Dan Hung, and Himeko make a really good team already. The 4th spot being Weld, I think that's more of a flex spot. That can be something else. I don't know if Evernight makes sense in that team though. I don't know if Evernight makes sense in that like extra team. I don't know what people have been doing in terms of like team building with Himeko actually. That's a good question because Himeko Nova, the new version of Himeko, does have... Oh shit, ads. No! Right in my notes. Hold on, don't worry. I'm just looking up. I'm Googling things. Hold up. Googling. Here, let me look it up. Let me go to... Oh, that is loud out there. Hold on, let me close something real quick. There we go, that's better. Pride Win's probably gonna be good. Pride Win's gonna be decent because it's gonna let me at least see what kind of teams people are using with Himeko, unless we don't have data on this just yet. In which case, fuck. We can get build data on her from Pridewin, yes, but I don't know if we can see like a lot of teams for her. Dang it. Wait, where is she? Where are the builds? Wait, what? Himeko Nova. Build and teams. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have a few options. We have a few options. The team that I put together apparently is the budget team. That's funny. that's kind of funny. That is actually kind of funny and sad at the same time. The team that I put together for Himeko, was actually the budget team because it is Himeko, Remembrance Trailblazer, Welt, and either Huohuo or Dan Hung, which is good to know that Huohuo also works. It's good to know that Huohuo also works. But like the premium team, the premium team is almost the exact same, only with the new blade. But that's only because the new blade is fucking broken and like buffs and it amplifies the damage of almost any team you put him in. So not so much because of like what Himeko can like bring to the team. It's what Blade brings to the team. Like if you happen to pull for Mordenak's Blade, you're fucking set for a lot of teams. He's gonna buff a lot of other characters. But Welt is a good. It's still one of the better teammates for it. Still an ads. What the hell? They should be over now. How would they should be over? How so? That doesn't make any sense. There shouldn't be any ads in here. God damn you, Twitch. Okay, done great. Welcome back. There isn't a lot of team data, sadly, because I mean, this is the teams that Pride Win generally recommends, just in general, and I'm inclined to agree that they don't really have a lot. But what I do like is that sometimes for certain characters you could see what kind of teams are being used in the end game, which are the more like if you go to like Dan Hung's page, for example, and you go build in teams. Welcome in, Nocturne, by the way. Hello, hope you're having a wonderful day. A Lord on Jubilee, the Marvel girl. So you can see these teams, which are teams that people are actively using in specific game modes as well, which give you a good idea as to the kind of teams that you can also build outside of the ones that the guide, quote unquote, recommends, right? Because these are teams that people are actually suggesting. Like, for example, if you have Silverwolf, Sparksy, and Yao Guang, Dan Hung is a good sustain for this team. Not the best sustain. The best sustain is still Huohuo, but still a good sustain. You can see other teams in which Dan Hung is being used. This is what I mean when I say that Dan Hung is a great unit. So that's awesome. But with Himeko being the new girl, we don't really have that quite yet because people haven't like submitted teams for it, and she hasn't been used much in the use him more. Got it, exactly. Build him. He's really good, and he has like good free to play light cone options as well. Because he doesn't really need anything in particular. He kind of just wants good light cones, good light cones with good amount of base attack. Like if you have this one, the battle pass, that's good. Or if you happen to have like a 5-star light cone like this one, no, but you could do that. But you can kind of coast by doing what I did with him, and which is give him a light cone that he doesn't use the passive of. Like right now, I have him on a hunt light cone. Like he doesn't use this. He doesn't need this passive because what matters to him is that he has a light cone with the biggest amount of attack. It's 582. Right? That's the thing. I used to have him on this one, but I switched it back to Welt. But I don't think that one's great on Welt anymore. And this one you can get for free if you can get one of these for free if you lose 50-50, or you can also get Evanesia, your idol is way too loud. You can get it for free, or you can get it from the shop. Where the fuck was it? No. It is very cool. That idol is very cool, very loud though. You can get it from here. Here. Well, you can pick up a free character here, which I recommend Huohuo, by the way, because Huohuo is one of the best characters you can get here. If you happen to have one of these things. If you happen to have one of these things, Huohuo is a great choice. This one. You can get one of them for free. You can get either the weld one or this one, which is the one that I have. Himeko and Huohuo. I see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, technically speaking, you can put Himeko and you can put the two Himekos on the same team. I think Himeko Nova has buffs for OG Himeko, but I don't remember I don't know if it's like viable. I kind of want to do it. I kind of want it to be for the memes. Kind of want to do it for the memes. You got E1 Huohuo and a single 10 pull on her first banner. Holy shit. That's like Bitcoin. Like, actually, that's legit. That's legit like a really good investment, because Huohuo when she released was good. It's just that as a sustain, she kind of fell down a little bit in terms of power, and then they buffed her, and the buffs were decent, but they weren't insanely good for her. But what remained true is that her E1 is really good. So if you happen to get her at E1 for free, that's awesome. That E1 Huohuo is awesome. So much so that a lot of people straight up recommended you to not pick anybody here. And if you happen to have more than one, you can pick up more than one Huohuo here, because it is that good. E1 Huohuo, it is that good. I didn't, because the way that I play I don't require that many. I don't require that much sustain, and E0 Huohuo is more than enough for the level that I play at, so I kind of just stayed there, and it's the reason why I kind of want to buy this. Please, I should. It is knowing my luck, I'm gonna buy this, and then the next time I lose 50-50, I'm going to lose it to Welt, which I'm gonna be upset. Do it. Should I? I have two of them. I can save up another one for another free character that they may add eventually. One closer to maximum out, though. Yeah, but I think E4 is like the best one. E5 and E6 are less value. But I guess they're value. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Give me that Welt. I'm too upset about it for not. I lost 50-50 to Sila, and I want more Welt. It doesn't take a lot to convince me, huh? It really doesn't. But this is good. This is good. E4 Welt is fucking crazy. I wouldn't have done it if I needed to. If he wasn't E3 though. There you go. It's so good because when he applies his weightless debuff, all of the enemy resistances are down by 30%. That's fucking insane. And as in comparison, his E5 is like normal. It levels up some talent, and E6 is pretty good still. Skill or ultimate to hit an enemy target, increases crit rate by 30 and crit damage by 60 for the damage dealt. So it increases his personal damage, which isn't insane. But this for the whole team, this is way better. This is like more of a personal thing, which I don't imagine is bad. So yeah, Welt unironically became one of the better characters to get from the standard banner. So yeah, and the fact that he works really well on the Himeko team is really good. What I want to know is how's his build? Let me go to the spreadsheet. There's a general build guide that is really good that I like to look at when it comes to building characters, and it is this. It is this. This is what I like to look at for builds and stuff. So for example, Eternal Calculus 5-star is a good one. Night on the Milky Way is also a good one for her, which is what I gave her. It is the original Himeko Light Cone. According to that ranking, well, it isn't what I give her. No, this is OG. This is OG Himeko. I'm sorry. There we go. I gave her the original Night on the Milky Way. So that is apparently a good one. Genius's Verbose is better if you're playing her in pure fiction, or rather, is that good if you're playing her in pure fiction. And then she wants as the Navigator ICCs it, which is the new thing. She wants crit rate, attack, and ER, or attack. ER. No, she wants attack if she has this light cone, but I don't have her, so I'm guessing she wants ER in my case. I just picked this random one. This is crit rate. This is attack. What substats does she want? Does she want speed? She doesn't necessarily want speed. Speed isn't bad for anything, but she's more looking for crit rate and crit damage, honestly. Crit rate and crit damage, and also some attack and in substats. All right, these are good. These are good for that. Does she want speed boots? No, she wants attack boots. Honestly, wants attack boots. Not gonna lie, she wants attack boots. See if I can find one that has attack that is like a little, maybe it has attack and crits. This one. Crit, attack, and then here she wants fire. Does she want fire damage? No, attack here as well. She much more prefers attack. We can probably craft one if needed. This is the one. Is it Fallen Star Anchorage? Yes. Requires any trailblazer configuration on here that other than Himeko. Yes, I will do that anyways. Yeah, that is my team with her. Attack and ER. Does she have ER in here? As always, these ones are the worst ones to get. Here, let's try to level these up and see what happens if we do this. 5 and 12. Not that bad. Not that bad. I'll take that. What about this? 6 and no other crit damage? Not great, but I'll take it. Kind of want crit damage on one of these, honestly. No extra attack. This one's not great. If we have a better crit rate one, I'll do that. I'll use that one. Nothing. All went to effect resistance. God damn it, this is terrible. Imagine me losing every single Firefly banner. Oh no. We can look at how unlucky I am actually, because I have all of my pulling history saved. Nappy time with the doggos. Have fun. Thank you so much for hanging out. Go enjoy your nap, please. You deserve it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Okay, this is better. It's got a stack down there. Yes. It'd be great if it had crit damage, but again, we don't. Right now we're at 75, 74, 74, 75. It's not great. That's not great. I need to get more of these. I can synthesize a few. I can custom get one that has ER and has attack and crit. Yeah, we want attack and crit damage more than anything. I have some self-modeling resin, so let's do that. Synthesize it. I have not had good luck with these, honestly, but... And then for the planar sphere, we can do attack more than anything and then get it with crit rate and damage. I also don't have a lot of these things. A lot of the things to craft them, though. That's the problem. These I don't want to waste too many of them. But the problem is that it's hard to get them. And this is gonna have terrible rolls now. Oh wait, no, actually no. That's pretty dope. 3 times into crit damage. Fuck yeah, I'll take that. What about you? Once into crit rate. Could be better, but oh well. What about what is how's she looking at now? 70. Well, god damn it. The spreadsheet says she wants 90 and 120, and then attack is over 3600. So this is decent. We should favorite her. I don't know why she hasn't been favorited. Oh, I didn't level this one up. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. I didn't give her the proper fucking. There we go. So now she's at 77, 105. So not the best, not the numbers according to what the thing wants, but hey, better than nothing. As for Welt, I don't know how he wants to be built now, because like I have this build from like a long time ago. And I don't know if it like has been updated or something since the buffs. Let's see, imaginary. Look, just so that you know what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at, and I'm trying to find Welt. Here, Welt. Those many springs along the passing shore, which is along the passing shore, if I recall correctly, is the Acheron light cone. Yeah, it is the Acheron light cone. And honestly, I have not been using Acheron much. She kind of has fallen off. My Acheron team is not good. So I kinda am thinking of just switching. What's another good option? The battle pass one, in the name of the world. Which one's in the name of the world? Which one is that? In the name of the world HSR. Which one is this? Yeah, clearly. Oh, it is his own one. Oh, then we can stick with that one then. It is literally the third spot. I mean, it's better. Along the Passing Shore is better, but in the name of the world is still good. All right, and then he wants Pioneer, which is what I have, and then Cosmic Commercial Enterprise. Fallen Star Archers requires any trailblazing other than Weld himself to activate, but I take it we don't have to. We don't have to do that because Himiko's already going to be the one that wears that one, so we're good, I think. And what about the stats? Crit rate, EHR. Assumes a support build rather than a DPS. Yeah, I want to have him more as a support. That's for sure. But also, do I want him to be as a support? Honestly, hold on. Maybe we can kind of like the way he's built right now. He wants EHR. Effect hit rate. Did I not give him effect hit rate in anything? I didn't. He's purely built kind of as a DPS right now. Crit rate, attack, imaginary damage, and attack. Yeah. Well, crit damage. Crit damage here. He has no crit rate. Yeah, this is funky. I wonder what's the better build for him then in this case. In a support build, his personal damage is negligible and should be ignored. He has an EHR to attack conversion, which caps at 80. Ah. He needs a 66.7. God damn it. Those fucking numbers. To land all of his debuffs, making this his EHR cap for support builds. So. Okay. Well then. Yeah, 6-7. Isn't that right, Jimmy?
Hey, yo, what the dog doing?
No, there's no dog doing anything. Jimmy has a line where he says 6-7, so I was trying to cue him up for saying that, right?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, no, you don't got time to do fucking 6-7 jokes. Good, that's good. I would like for you to move on from those. But yeah, if you're going support, Pioneer was already a bad choice. I wonder. Because he's main DPS support post 4.2 buff. I don't know what is better. Like, yeah, support build before the tutorial mission starts is better, which is the free one from that event a whole while back. If not, Resolution Shadows is Burst Assault, which I also have. But I don't know what's better. But I want him to do damage, kinda. I'd have to like change his entire build because right now his build is, first of all, is kind of terrible. Like already is kind of terrible. This is effect resistance. Yeah, why would you want to give him effect resistance? No, don't. If anything, he should. If anything, if he was going to be DPS, then he's still built wrong because he doesn't have any crit rate. So that was a mistake. Do I have an extra piece of Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat? Or is that one like occupied on someone else? It's on Cypher, but and Cypher is another one of those that I haven't used in forever. Lie stands on the breeze. What is that one? Lie stands Which one? Which one is this? The cipher one? Well, I don't have that. Those many springs. Whose is this? The Jiaochu one. God damn. I don't have any of these options if I want to keep him in a support build. Main DPS support. Or rather, main DPS or support post 4.2 buff. Okay, so that basically says that his better role after the buffs is as a support. I see. Okay. In which case, fuck me. And he wants either Eagle or Divine Querying Master Smith. Which I don't know what it does. I don't know what that does. Divine Querying Master Smith. Which one is this? Wait, where do you get it from? Do you get it? Is it one of the newer ones as well? Reason 4.3. Oh, it is one of the new ones. I might have some copies of this one actually because I've been pre-farming the other. Oh. Bunch of teammates for everyone, so people are... Oh, yeah, I did see that. I did see that one of the things that they changed recently was straight up... yeah, I have like 136 of these. Holy shit. It was... Max HP by 12, crit damage, where's crit damage dealt to enemy targets? Ah, in the defense reduction status after the wearer inflicts defense reduction state on an enemy. Oh, yeah, we'll build him with this set then. Okay, I did see that they basically reworked a whole lot of characters and buffed a whole lot of things. They did a lot of things. Which is insane to rebalance your entire roster with how big it got. Okay, let's see. Well, let me go back and forth with this. Here. If we're going on a support build, we're going Divine Querying, and he wants EHR or HP. But he has a cap at 80, meaning that that's like the limit. At least 66.7 and 80 is the cap. So we do want EHR. We want EHR substats more than anything. Crit rate and damage works as well. So this is probably the best one. The game is actually 6-7 again. Where's the 6-7? Goddamn, yeah, of course. Well, that's a little bit of effect hit rate right there. And a little bit of crit as well. That's not bad. This one has effect hit rate as well. It is the more important one. And these pieces don't have it. This one has effect hit rate, but this one has crit rate and damage, which are good as well. This one has attack and crit rate, but attack isn't that important. This one has crit rate, damage, and effect hit rate in to be activated. How good is it going to be at the end? Decent. I'll take it. What about the other one that is recommended here? Will this give me more effect hit rate or is it going to die? It didn't. It is so terrible. I did say it. I did say 66.7, but I did say 0.7. And then in this one, this is where he wants crit rate, EHR, or EHR or HP. If we can find one that has effect hit rate instead, that'd be great. That's one option, but it has none of the substats that we want. But I did find this one that has effect hit rate in there, but no crit. This one has crit rate and crit... Wait, that might be good. How does this work? None of it went to crit. None of it went to EHR, but the crit might be worth it, honestly. Here, let me level this one up. Just so that we have options, I guess. But this one sucks. The substats are terrible. A lot of people have a Marvel brain rot now. I could imagine that to be the case. But I guess it'll die down eventually, I assume, right? This one's attack, but we don't want that. This one has HP in there, which is fine. Yeah, we don't really have other options, huh? Well, this is another one. This is HP, but it has crit damage and hit rate. So let me enhance it real quick and see what the substats end up being. 4 times on crit damage? Oh shit, that's crazy. It is equivalent, so honestly, it might be better. We'll see. We'll leave it there. And then in the boots wants attack or speed. Either of them. All right. It doesn't specify anything for. Well, I guess we'll grab this one. It has effect hit rate and also crit rate down there. Ah, there you go. That's basically what we needed. Two on each of them. That's good for me. And that's for here. We need to filter the other. What's the shit? What is the we want? Sprightly or Lushaka? God damn it! It's always Sprightly or Lushaka. I don't have much of them. I don't have many of them. I have more Lushaka pieces. Might just give him Lushaka now. Not the first. Increases the attack of the first character. Okay, Lushaka would mean that I have to reorder my team. And he wants HP on the thing here, but defense might also be decent. Let's see this. Does it go to EHR? No, it does not. You cried last week? Oh, damn. That's nice. It's always good to have a nice cry. I think you're allowed. HP, right? You say HP. And EHR. But also crit rate and stuff. This could be good. That went 3 times to affect hit rate. That's good. And then in here, we want Lushaka, we said, right? And Lushaka, he wants ER. For sure, ER. I might have to craft that shit. I don't think I have any ER Lushaka pieces because I've used them all. Yeah, I might have to craft it. Okay, I'll craft one. I'll craft one more. We'll go energy regeneration rate and have. Wait, hold on. We can just pick the main stat. The substats matter little to me actually in this case. You know what? Yeah, synthesize one of them. What'd you give me? A bunch of attack? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I could have chosen crit. But I think one of the main pieces I have was in crit, right? Or no, not really. So this is the new one. Let me enhance it and see what we get. Clearly nothing that matters. So with this... Wait, why didn't I switch it? To switch the fucking... Switch to the piece that I just made for him. For fuck's sake. This one. Switch. Thank you. With this... Substats that we want are EHR to 66.7 at least. And... Effect hit rate is at 75, which is nice. Crit rate 90 and 120, but I probably don't have any of that. Yeah, 24 and 97. Getting crit in this game is so bad. I hate it so much. And speed is either base speed or 175. All right, this is probably a decent, less, but damn it. And apparently not using this one, but rather resolution shines. Either that or before tutorial mission starts. This one increases effect hit rate by 40, which already will overcap it. Yeah, that'll overcap it. That'll overcap it. Which means I could probably like try a different piece. Oh. Because like if we switch, look, if we do this, right? All of a sudden, his effect hit rate is at 115. We did not need that. The one piece. Yeah, exactly. We need the one piece. Which means that we can like switch for a different fucking piece. Like we can switch out of of effect hit rate on where did we go for effect hit rate? Oh, I never went for effect hit rate as a main piece. Whoops. I never did that. I was pretty good with with the other ones, huh? Well, shit. Wait, does buff Silverwolf still want that? I don't use buff Silverwolf a whole lot though. With E1 that gains more value, and then 4 more damage to your main DPS. So resolution, she could use resolution more than tutorial mission, not gonna lie. Well, this is a bit of a tricky situation. We can find a different piece, one that doesn't give as much effect hit rate anymore. Which one's the piece that this thing wanted me to have with effect hit rate is what I want to know now. It was the body, and I ended up going for an HP one, which again, weird, but it gave me a lot of crit damage, most of what it has. But I don't have any crit rate. That's the problem, right? So I'm kind of fucked in that sense. Where's Lushaka again? Where'd Lushaka go? Lushaka. But we can forego effect hit rate and we can go for crit instead, which I have this one, for example. If we go crit rate, what does that leave us at? 56.79. God damn it. I use VTube Studio. I don't use VTube Studio actually. Oh shit! I almost spilled all of my water. I used a program called VTube Mini because I'm a PNG tuber basically. Cool cane trick, Grandpa. Very little speed as well. It looked the same. Yeah, no, don't worry. It's because I'm animated. I'm using a PNG tuber program, but that PNG tubing program also allows you to use GIFs or WebPs in my case. He does want the energy regeneration, right? Doesn't he? He does want it. He does want it. It does. It is true that he wants it, but he wants more crit. If I can get... Okay, hold on. Let's make a new one. Fuck it. Let's make a new one with ER and let's give it crit rate and damage. In Lushaka. Yes. Synthesize it. And this will be the last one I synthesize today. Lock it. And we'll see what happens. Watch it all go to the fence now. Because that's my fucking luck with these stupid relics. I hate building characters in Star Rail. I do. It is so annoying. Where the fuck did it go? Where's Lushaka? Lushaka and Divine Query Master. There's the one. I don't want to look. Oh, that's not bad. I'll take it. Once on crit rate, twice on crit damage. That's better. That is better. Unlock this piece of garbage. Use that. That is 100% better. As for here, how much crit if we're 60 to 97? Better. Lacking on speed. But honestly, maybe speed isn't like the most important in this case. As for light cones, I was thinking, what about Cypher? Let me look at Cypher. Cypher can use Good Night Sleep well. Which I have. Good Night Sleep well. I have a bunch of copies of Good Night Sleep well. One is at level 80 and hasn't been used. So here we'll do a few switcheroos. I can go to my Cypher, which I don't use a lot, so I'm okay giving her a subpar, quote-unquote, light cone instead. So you go onto that one. Silverwolf apparently gains more value now as a buffed character. As a buffed unit, Silverwolf gains a little bit more value out of something like Resolution. That before the tutorial mission starts. So you can do that. You can go for resolution. Or either way, no, hold on, because we did say that his EHR was already quite good. So wait then. He can use resolution instead. But before is his tutorial mission is his best bet anyways. Tricky situation. But then we would be over capping on EHR. I got so lucky with my substats on EHR that I am like over capping on it, and I can like get other things. Because right now it's still at 115. Where am I getting so much EHR? 7 here, 8 here, 4 here. That's not a lot. 15 here. Maybe we can get better boots. Maybe we can get other boots. We can get speed boots instead. Yeah, let's find speed boots in here. We can try and get a speed boots that don't have EHR or that have less EHR. What about this? Everything with EHR. That's even more. That's even more. Wait, it's less, but it's less crit rate too, so it's not even that worth it. This one doesn't. This one has crit damage alone. How much do you think is going to go to crit damage though? Twice. That's better. Actually, that's better. We lose some 54 115. Effect hit rate is over. Is still over? I still have 20. Why am I over 20? Where is this all coming from? Fuck's sake. Okay then. Let's see. We want crit rate and damage, and speed if we can. But we don't need effect hit rate anymore. This one only has crit rate. We'd be losing some crit damage in here. Welcome to min-maxing the stream. Wait, what about this one? This one only has crit rate and damage and is about to get crit damage there. None of it went to crit damage. Fuck off. And this, no. Attack and speed. No crit though. Speed and crit rate, which are two things I want. That went twice to crit rate. What's the comparison here? We lose some crit damage. Not great. Attack and crit rate again. Attack crit damage. Crit rate, effect hit rate again, which we don't want. We have enough of that. Have a lot of attack and crit rate, huh? I think between crit rate and damage, I need more rate. And his speed is already kind of decent with that. Is he in a decent spot? I think he might be at a decent spot now. Despite over capping on that. on crit. On not on crit, but on EHR. Yeah, might be. We can maybe find an HP piece that because then this is a good piece because it has like good amount of crit rate as a main stat and then a good amount of crit damage as well. Oh, maybe we can find a different HP Lushaka piece. I didn't think about that. Because since we're overkilling it on EHR now, we could potentially find one that has just more crit instead. And it's supposed to be HP as well. Damn. Not really. Can I do defense as a as a substitute instead? Everybody else has like occupied stats though, occupied things. That's the thing. I don't really have any other HP ones, and this is the one that I just crafted that I don't want to switch because I literally. Okay, what if we make a new one? I have a few. We can do this and craft a bunch of them. Maybe I get one that has HP. HP. This one's not great, but it does have HP. I want HP and crit if possible. I might not have anything, and that's okay. Well, that's HP and crit effect hit rate down there. Nothing, 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 nothing. All right, fine. Do customize synthesis, but only give me HP percentage up there. Probably it takes 5, and I have 7 of them, and I don't want to spend all of them because I don't know. Okay, what happens if we get one that has HP in the main stat? What are you gonna give it to? What are you gonna give me? Jack shit. Okay, fine, you win. I'm going to pick the crit rate and damage ones. Lock it. Oh, and great, you gave me speed as well. Speed is not bad. Where's the one that I just got that I locked? I don't want to look. Okay, I'll take that. That's actually pretty decent. 5 and 12, but it's okay. We lose 15 crit rate, 15 effect hit rate again. But now his effect hit rate is at 88.3. So it's just 8% overcapped. And 59, 127. Speed is at 129. Yeah, I think this is decent. I think this is decent given what I have. And then my Himeko Nova. I guess she probably could use a little bit more work. But I think that makes my Himeko Nova team a little bit actually proper, somewhat. This. Like this team is now functional. Yay! Oh, I hadn't seen her attack here. Yeah, that's fucking wild. Awesome. Okay. And I can finally use weld at least. After a lot of fucking work. Where do I test her? Wonder if there's like a place where I can test her. This team. I could probably play like a run of whatchamacallit. Wait, did I do a run of Divergent Universe this week? I must have, right? Yeah, I did do it. Ah, dang. Well, there's not much more for me to be doing because I have to leave in like a few minutes anyway. Because I have a meeting in like a few minutes, so it's probably high time for me to end it. But I didn't do like any exploring whatsoever or anything. Okay. How exciting. I get to use Welt properly in the team. I've had this guy for the longest time, man, and I really always wanted to play as him, but they never made him good until the buffs. Oh wait, I need to. There you go. I'm glad that he has been buffed. I'm glad that he has been buffed and that he actually is really good in the right circumstances, even in some premium teams even. So hell yeah. But yeah, my Himeko team is pretty much built. On the case of Welt though. Here, let's go to Planet Arcadia and run around a little bit. Don't worry, I'll stay for a little bit longer. Where? Plain Arcadia. How many chests am I missing in Plain Arcadia? And shit. A bunch here. But actually, if I'm gonna be chasing chests and all that kind of stuff, let me bring out the one team that lets me do that. The Harta team. The one way that I use the Harta. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Oh, literally behind me. Wait, no. Can I go down there? Oh, I think there is one. Wait, is it down there or where is it exactly? Yes. Wait, is this where I need to go? Is this it? Did I miss a chest somewhere here? Oh yeah, I did miss a chest right there. You know, there was something I noticed about the something I noticed happening in the community. Not necessarily at large, but it has to do with wealth. Not wealth. It has to do with wealth. I noticed that a lot of people are unhappy with Weld as a character in HSR, and I think there's a couple of reasons why. One that I agree to an extent and that I understand, and other that I don't think makes a lot of sense because a lot of people have misinterpreted a bunch of things about Welt. Where the fuck is that chest? Is it in plain sight and I'm a fucking idiot? Should be like right here, shouldn't it? Or what? Am I going crazy? Is it behind a wall or something? What? Oh, could it be that you're talking about this one? All right. But no, the thing is that people think that Weld isn't doing anything. And you know what? I get it. I get why they say that. Because whoops, I got crushed. Because here's the thing. Every member of the Nameless has kind of gotten their arc already, right? Den Hung got like 2. One in Amphoria, one in the Shenso and another one in the Luofu. Well, one in the Shenso and one in Amphorius. Whereas Weld has kind of just done nothing. Like Himeko had her arc just now, literally recently. And no, I didn't mean to do that. Like Himeko had her arc just now. Marge had her arc in Amphorius. And so the only Trailblaze member the only member of the Nameless that hasn't gotten anything is Welt. And this is what I think too, right? That he'll eventually get one. I'm sure of it. But I think the reason why he hasn't gotten an arc, quote unquote, is because they have plans for him. And people have misinterpreted his character for a long time. Because like the one fact that everybody knows about Welt at this point in time is that he is the exact same Welt in Honkai Impact 3rd. That is true. It doesn't take a genius to find that out. That much has been parroted by anybody who ever played Honkai Impact. Anybody will tell you that it is the same Welt. Literally, not even a variant situation. It is the same Welt. And Pom Pom. Oh yeah, I'm sure that Pom Pom will get something eventually, but nothing as substantial as like what Welt gets, for example. Wait, am I done with exploration in this area? Yes, we're done. But the reason why people think that Welt is doing nothing and has been doing nothing despite the fact that he has a supposed mission in this game, that is what's wrong. You see, people think that Welt is in Honkai Star Rail with the express mission of saving Himeko. And it makes sense why some people would think that. I used to think this too until I went back and checked and remembered what the story was, where I realized that it was wrong. But Welt famously comes from Honkai Impact 3rd, and if you've been spoiled on Honkai Impact 3rd, like a lot of people have, Himeko dies in Honkai Impact 3rd, right? Which is a sad moment. It's a tragic moment. It's a moment that marked a lot of people, and it's why a lot of people were thinking that Himeko might die this patch, or is why a lot of Star Rail players were tired of Honkai Impact players saying the exact same stupid shit all the time, or whatever. That's a whole other can of worms. But Himeko dying is something that affects everybody in Honkai Impact. Every single character has regrets about that. And Welt has a lot of personal history with Himeko as well. There's a whole manga about it called Alien Space that explores 2 time periods. One in the past where Himeko was a student of Welt's, and then another story in the present where here we can go look at it. We can go look at it. I can go find Alien Space because I've been looking at it recently for the purposes of this rant. And Otto. Yeah, Otto is a whole other can of worms as well. But in particular, the one that matters here actually is Void Archives, which is not Otto. If we go to chapter 12, I believe it was, we'll see a moment. See this is young Himeko. Well, that's not young Himeko, that's Tesla. This is Himeko's, no, that's Welt. Where's Himeko's dad? Where's Yusuke? Here, no, there we go. This is Welt. If you can tell, this Welt looks almost exactly like the Welt you see in game because this takes place. This is the closest point of the Honkai Impact narrative to Honkai Star Rail. This isn't the direct connection between the 2 games, but it is the last thing in the timeline. Young Himeko and his Tesla. Yeah, I saw redhead and I got confused for a sec. Welcome in, Len. But yeah, no, this is Welt. Sometime before he eventually makes it into HSR's greater Honkaiverse. And one of the reasons that people think about this is because of this little thing right here. Void Archives is looking at the files of an alien race that they call the Sky People, that what they do is that they scout for advanced civilizations and extract all of their Honkai energy, which Honkai energy is a concept in Honkai Impact. We don't need to get too much into it. They find civilizations that are advanced enough that they can just like siphon all of their energy and destroy that planet, basically. And for some reason, they had an entry, as you can see right here, and this very small little detail if you can squint. That is Honkai Star Rail's Himeko. Like straight up the same as our Himeko in Honkai Star Rail. And this little thing. And as Welt and Void Archives, this blonde guy, were scouting this ship, Welt notices this. And he's like, I found something that you need to tell me about. Explain what this is, and shows him the entry of Himeko. And basically he says, I recognize my student anywhere. This is impossible. She's dead, basically. And Void Archives is telling him that you're looking into things beyond your reach. Because at this point in the Honkai Impact narrative, they don't really know about the greater universe and the different worlds and all of that. They don't know. The Honkai Impact's Earth and the surrounding planets in it, I guess, the solar system, are pretty disconnected from the rest of the cosmos that we see in Star Rail for reasons we yet don't know. And so Void Archives tells him that she is not from the world we know. And Welt is like, what the fuck do you mean? And they talk about different universes, different worlds and all of that. And yada, yada, yada. And it says here that the report that they found basically describes a parallel universe, wrong term, think of this as world, a world that the Sky People have discovered and some plans that they have for invading it. Now, we can probably assume that this world was plain Arcadia. And they specifically targeted Himeko probably because of her Imagenesis powers, because she seems gifted with that, as we see in the story. I wouldn't be surprised if that is the reason why. Maybe they want something out of the powers of Imagenesis in plain Arcadia, just in general. That's just me speculating, whatever. And Welt, thinking that this is fucking crazy, I know Himeko, we need to go save them. But he doesn't say that exactly. He says we should go and stop them. Not so much that we should go and save Himeko. He says we should go stop the Sky People from invading that place. Irminsul is another thing. Irminsul is a thing in Genshin. But this, I think, is more of a representation of the imaginary tree. Hi, online. And we're yapping. I'm ranting about Welt at the moment. And, oh, you're on both sides. But yeah, no, he doesn't say that we should go save Himeko. No. He says we should go help them. And basically they leave it there. The Void Archive says that we don't have anything to do with that world. Why we want to go help them, and that's fine, and that's okay. And then he basically just ends up agreeing. It's like, okay, fine, we'll go save another person's world. That's okay. And then we get a little bit more of the past perspective, but what matters more at the moment, some crazy shit happens in this. This is Himeko's dad, by the way. This is Ryusuke Murata. And this right here is Ryusuke Murata in Honkai Impact. He is a guy that has gone insane after gaining access to the technology of another alien race that he wants to use to eradicate the Honkai in his planet, but he kind of goes crazy with it and goes evil. And so Welt has to fight him and subdue him, and eventually he dies. But yeah, he was not a great man. He kind of became crazy by overusing the sugar's powers, which was the aliens that he was, using with. And then there's a whole fight and everything and yada, yada, yada. And eventually he has to break the news to Himeko that his dad is dead. Her dad is dead. But that's not what matters in this particular moment. What matters is when we go back to the future timeline in here. This is what people miss. This is what people miss. This is a conversation between Void Archives and Welt again, and it's like, the ship is wrecked, the engine is dead, so is their navigation system, we lost all comms. Are you sure this is all the recon sent by the Sky People? And then Void Archives is like, yes, that's everything. You still care about this other world. And then he's like, if you're counting on their help now, you did them a big favor, it'll cost you their life. Basically, this is implying that whatever Welt wanted to do to help Himeko's world, he's done it. He only wanted to get the Sky People off of this, or off of monitoring this planet, this world in particular. And so he did that. He destroyed all of their ships and recon on that world, and went on to do his own thing. You can see that here. Then they come pick him up. These two girls come pick him up, and then they go back to Earth, and then it literally continues saying, this is the beginning of a new journey that extends across different galaxies. That clearly is, bridging it over to Star Rail, but nothing about alien space specifies that this is. Nothing about this story specifies that this has to do with saving Himeko. So people's obsession with saying that Welt was supposed to help Himeko, was supposed to save Himeko, and he did nothing during this patch, they're wrong. Welt never went into the greater cosmos to explicitly save Himeko. Not that we know, at least. In fact, we don't know why Welt even wanted to go into outer space and explore different worlds. We don't know. That was just never established. The most of what we know of Welt's cosmic adventures, we can get from his voice lines here. If you go to information and you go to story, I think it was in here. When Welt returned to that dangerous cosmic battlefield, he could speak yada yada yada. When his spaceship lost power and was drifting aimlessly through space, he joked casually with his companion, which, by the way, his companion was Void Archives, that blonde guy we saw right there. And he said, the end of one adventure is often the beginning of another, which again calls back to what it says at the end of what the narration says at the end of Alien Space, and says, when a passing by Himeko managed to save them. They kind of just ran into each other. It was never Welt's explicit intention to go and save Himeko. So I don't know why this misconception got so spread out. And I guess people that never played Honkai Impact kind of just like latched into it. And because some Honkai Impact captains are way too passionate about this game, and they really want Welt to be like the fucking most powerful being, and they want to see him in action, he's awesome, and he can stand off against Sephiroth or whatever the fuck. They're missing the point of Welt. Welt is actually not that strong. Like, look, I'm a Welt glazer as much as the next guy because I fucking love this guy. He's done some awesome things in Honkai Impact, yes. But he was never that strong. He is still a potential man. I do think there is some merit to the criticisms that Welt hasn't really done much, and he hasn't really gotten much of a, much attention. I do think that there are parts of the story that could have focused more on him. There was a whole section during this latest story that had Welt and Dan Heng stuck somewhere in the abandoned station, right? Due to some fucking crazy, because of what Asad Pramad was doing, right? And what happens in this patch? Well, we don't see what happens. We're in the Perdido station, and then they show up, and then they're like, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. Blade came over and saved us, and we escaped with his help, and we're here now. Everything that Welt could have done that was interesting was done off screen. That is a proper criticism. I agree with that. I would have loved to see Welt actually do something cool in that section. We could have absolutely just like done another POV just to, you know, get an insight as to exactly what happened over there. That is a valid criticism that I will accept, that I agree with. I don't think it's terrible what they're doing, because again, I don't particularly think too hard about these things. I more so care about the general things, about the general vibe of the story, even though I have small nitpicks with it. And I think us not having seen what happened in all of these POVs is a little bit of a nitpick. Because like you could say the exact same thing about what happens with March and Ashvale in the tavern. We don't see what happens. The story begins and then we just catch up with them. So instead of doing that, they could have shown it to us. We could have had a little bit of a moment there. Hell, you could even make it a cutscene if you really don't want it to be playable, the whole thing. And even that would have been cool. Imagine if Welt had gotten a whole cutscene for himself where he actually gets to show off his powers that leads into him actually rejoining us in Perdido Station. That would have been even better. But oh well, these are small nitpicks that I have with the story. I think overall the story was still great. I still like what it ended up being, despite the fact that there were some spots in there that could have used a little bit more touching up. So it's not that I disagree with the potential man. It's not that I disagree with this whole potential man thing necessarily. I do think those kinds of memes are a bit too mean-spirited, if you will. I think they could do a lot more with Welt's character, but I think, and this is me hoping, yes, but also this is me knowing Hoyo, every character eventually gets their own spotlight and all of that, so I wouldn't be surprised if down the line we get more spotlight on Welt. It's just that we need patience, right? We need patience for these storylines to be wrapped up. We still don't know what's going on in Astropolis. We still don't know what's going to happen in Plain Arcadia. This might be something for the next patch cycle, for 5.0 maybe. Maybe in 5.0 we get a different, an SP version of Welt after he gets to do something cool in the story, just like Himeko got one in this moment. Another thing that might happen is that whatever they have planned for Welt also has connections to Honkai Impact. Because again, this guy is the same exact guy that shows up in Honkai Impact, and Honkai Impact is still an ongoing story. Over there, they're just now finishing off part 2, and that still takes place before Welt leaves for the greater cosmos. So we don't exactly know what the connection is going to be between those games. Maybe, and this is even more just wild speculation, maybe at some point they want to do an Earth arc where in Honkai Star Rail we go visit Earth. And that has stronger connections to Honkai Impact. Maybe they do that. I do think they have more plans for the Honkai world and universe, right? And I think that maybe Welt's development and Welt's, focus as a nameless happens a lot whenever we get to that. But again, it requires patience. Right now, it is Himeko's time to shine, so Himeko got the spotlight. Could Welt have done more? Yes. Would I have wanted him to do more? Yes. But let's not be fucking... I don't like being mean about it. I don't like the all of the slander that he's getting. I don't love seeing that, even if they're kind of right, because those feel a bit too mean, And again, it's because a lot of people glaze him because he's a really good character and he's done some really cool stuff. But if we want to be like power scalers for a second, Welt isn't even as strong as base Dan Heng. But the thing that makes Welt interesting is that he's willing to square up with enemies that are way higher than him. He's willing to punch up, and that's what makes him so cool. And because he can rebuild his own body, he has died and revived numerous times. And so seeing him fight, seeing him be awesome is really fucking fun. So that's why a lot of people really like Welt as a character and also as a fighter. And that's why we want to see more moments like that in Star Rail. It doesn't mean that we want to see Welt be a fucking emanator. No, that we don't need that. And so I think there's been a lot of miscommunications and a lot of people misinterpreting what people's perception of Welt is. Because of how much people glaze him, they think that he's supposed to be this mega powerful being when he isn't really. And because of the connection between Honkai Impact and Star Rail that we know of, it makes it seem as if his whole goal of coming here was just to prevent Himeko from dying. And that wasn't it. That was never the case. Or at least not explicitly, at least. And it is also true that he could have a bit more of a focus in the story, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't happen. A lot of things can be true. There's nuance to this, and that's what I want to make it, clear. I just want people to not be so direct with these fucking thoughts, okay? Like, it's never just black or white. It's never just terrible or amazing. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. And that's where I want to be, living in. That's the kind of stuff that I want to be seeing, the kind of discussion that I want to be seeing. I want to see both sides of the extremes and be like, well, it's actually a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, That's where I want to be at. Another version of Joyce. Well, if they really want to do a Welt-centered arc, it wouldn't be crazy that instead of going to Earth, maybe we go to another world that happens to have a variant of Joyce that could provide a lot of insight as to Welt's character and his development. Because as much as I do like Welt's character in Honkai Impact, I do think his relationship with Joyce is not very well explored outside of maybe the visual novel that I personally haven't played, because it's a visual novel. It's a whole other thing. I need to go find a fan translation. It's a whole thing. You can go do that, but it's like not the most accessible thing. So if they really want to explore that, it would be cool if that is the way that they do it. But I don't know. It could be interesting. It definitely could be interesting. There's a lot of places that you can take Welt's character, and I do think that Hoyo has ideas. So that's where I'm at. I'm not a Doom poster. I'm not going to sit here and start making memes about Potential Man because I like this guy. So I don't want to slander him. I just would like him to be a little bit more present during the main story, and if he's going to get an arc, I'd want it to be good. But I don't mind it not being now, Because again, I have patience. That's the whole thing. That's it. That's my Welt rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm going to go back and continue using him in this new buffed state that he got. That is really fucking cool. Oh god, it's 8:15 almost. I gotta dip. I'm the same way as well. I'm glad that I'm not saying such crazy shenanigans. But yes. Let's see. Do I want to raid somebody? I probably do. Yeah, who do we want to raid? Let's see. Yeah, I would keep going for like a little bit, but I got like a meeting and stuff to go. So here, let's go say hi to Nor. Let's go say hi to Nor. I've been ranting for too long. And I think Nor would appreciate my rant actually. But yeah. That has been fun. I managed to build some characters. I picked up one chest, but whatever. I got a little bit of the event done. The most important thing is that I managed to yap, and I love that. I'm going to be turning those into content for sure. The whole point of why I wanted to have that Welt rant is because I want to somehow condense that into a video that I post on my main channel. All for the content, baby. But no, it's still. Again. More gacha content will be coming. I will be playing ZZZ next week, most likely to catch up again on the story before the big collab. And yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot more gacha stuff for sure, because that's the kind of content that I love doing. But yeah. That being said, I'll be seeing you when I see you then. Thanks so much for hanging. And that's it. Yeah. Bye bye.